May begin.
Thank you. Zoning Board of Adjustment meeting will please come to order. Adequate notice of this meeting is provided in the following ways. Notice published in the Courier News. Notice posted on the bulletin board of the municipal building. Notice made available to the township clerk. Notice sent to the Courier News and Star Ledger. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Tillery?
Here.
Mr. Patel?
Here.
Hi, Calvin.
Hi,
Mr.
sorry.
Reggio?
Here.
Mr. Blount?
Here.
Mr. Hidaka?
Here.
Mr. Mitterondo?
Here.
Mr. Ali?
Here.
And Vice Chairman Weissman.
Here. Will everyone please stand for the salute to the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic
for which it stands,
one nation, under
under
God,
God,
indivisible,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Keneally, are there any changes to tonight's agenda?
Yes, there are. There are quite a few adjournments. Franz Canton, 245 Davis Avenue, postponed to January 15th, 2026. They must notice the newspaper. Shireen Wheeler Grant, postponed to January 15th, 2026. They must notice. Wilfredo Pagan, postponed to January 15th, 2026. They must notice. Tillicraj Sony, postponed until January 29th, 2026. There will be no further notice requirement. Edgar Lopez, 12 Howard Street. That application has been withdrawn and will not be heard. Hackensack Meridian Urgent Care Plus, 1080 Stelton Road. That application has been withdrawn and will not be heard. On Switch, 51 New England Avenue. That is postponed until February 26th, 2026. They will renotice. MSN Pharmaceuticals, 20 Duke Road. That is postponed until January 29th, 2026, with no further notice by the applicant. Those are all the changes I have this evening.
Thank you. I'd like to proceed. We're going to start with number 9, then go back to number 8. We're starting with 25 ZB 84V. This is Rebecca McCarthy.
Is Rebecca McCarthy present?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I need to swear you in. Could you raise your right hand?
Do
Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give should be the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. Could you explain to the board what you'd like to do here?
Okay, yes. I would like to do a second floor deck addition.
Mr. Chairman, you may want to check in with Mr. Mizrahi.
I will do that now. Jonathan.
Hi, yes. Ms. McCarthy, we're going to need some more testimony on the reason for the relief. This deck is coming out onto bedrooms. It's oversized for where you are on the lot.
Okay, yes, it is coming. I'm sorry, I'm in the hospital now with my husband. See, he's in the bed right over there. Sorry, but anyway, you said this stock is coming out over onto the.
Can you give us a reason why you're seeking relief for the deck in this location?
Yeah, so I would like to have the deck because I have a small backyard and the deck will just give me more living space. So I could put a table and stuff because my backyard is really small. So I would want to have a deck on my second floor just to enhance my living space. I'm sorry. You could. Nurse is coming in. Go ahead.
Have you given any consideration to a ground level patio? That wouldn't encroach on the rear yard setback.
No, I do have a small ground level patio right now, but it's just not enough. I'm sorry, the nurse talking over there. It's just not enough. And I'm building the second floor where there's a sliding door. The sliding door is already approved on that permit. I just need to have the deck to be able to walk out on the sliding door.
Okay, our recommendation would be to expand that deck on the lower level and reduce the size of this. Our recommendation would be to expand the patio on the ground level and reduce the size of the deck on the second story.
Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. To what, sir? What would you reduce this second floor deck to? What's your recommendation?
Well, you're nothing more than a few feet, just 4 or 5 feet for a landing to step out onto.
please, no, can I just have a deck? My neighbor across from me, I gave you a picture. Look at the deck, the one right behind me. The deck is bigger than what I'm asking
It's a
for there.
different, it's a different lot and it's a different layout.
Yeah, I know, but
It's a different situation completely.
I understand, but can I just have the deck? I mean, I would like to have, it's not affecting anybody. It's just, it's above my patio. It's not in any way, it's not messing with the aesthetic of the community. It's not affecting anyone. It's just, listen, I wish I could say more. I'm in the hospital right now, and it's just a bad time for me to truly explain to you why I need this deck. But I really, a 2-foot deck is, please don't do this to me. I have too much going on right now.
Okay, well, that's, Chairman, I'll put it back on you. That's our recommendations.
Miss McCarthy,
Yes.
if we can't hear this because of your current constraints, can we please put this off so we can give it its due process?
No, no, because they're building, and I would like they need to know, like, the second floor is under construction. Let me leave this room. The second floor is under construction, and they would need to know, you know, what I'm doing. I'm sorry, I'm walking. They would need to know what I'm doing so they can, you know, continue what they're doing. The thing. I'm sorry. Yeah. So what I would like is I really need to have this deck for I mean, how big can be? I mean, you can reduce about 2 feet. I'm asking for it to be 10 foot out, which is just above my patio. If you ask me to extend my patio right now, then you're asking me to go into the lawn where my grandkids play. So I'm looking for more space, but you would be taking me more space from me because the grass is where they play.
Yeah, you're proposing a 12-foot deck. So you're creating a setback of about 16 feet. So if you were to come back 16 feet from the rear property line. So if you were to come back, I mean, if you can come back at least 4 or 5 feet, that would create.
Miss McCarthy, the setback's supposed to be 25 feet.
Yes, sir. I
And
understand.
So what Jonathan's asking is, can we come halfway on this?
Can we please, since it's not affecting anyone, and it's not, I mean, I'm not sure like what's the drawback. I know the reason why I'm here is because I know I'm out of compliance to do it. So I'm asking you, this is not like, so I'm asking you, since it's not affecting anyone, can I ask for the variance and let me cut back 2 feet then? Because I would like to put a table and, to enjoy the deck. And it's smaller, it's going to be, it's like I have wasted space that I could use to enjoy. Can I cut it back 2 feet?
What would that dimension be?
It'd be a 10 by 18 deck.
I think that's a reasonable space for a table with some chairs.
No, but yeah, 10 I would like that. If you cut it back, because now I'm asking for 12 by 18. So if you make it a 10 by 18, I'm cutting it back too. Can I do that? Since it's not affecting anybody, my neighbors are not complaining. I don't.
That's giving us 2 extra feet. So instead of being roughly 16, it'll be 18.
Correct.
That's correct.
Correct.
Jonathan, what do you think?
I think if she wants the space, it should be a ground floor patio. But I understand you're coming for the variance.
Come on, Jonathan.
I think we could do a 10-foot deck.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, if Jonathan's okay with it, he's our consultant. He's the guy we work with here.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Anyone else on the board have any questions? Hearing no questions from the board, I'd like to open this up to the public. Anyone in the public have any questions, concerns, or comments on this request?
Okay, anyone in the public, if you're on the phone, you hit *6. If you're on the computer, you have to raise your hand, and then we'll give you permission to speak. No one, Chairman.
Okay, I'd like to close the public portion. I'd like to make a motion that we accept this request with the change of the additional 2 feet. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Thank you.
I love when you guys fight.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Tillery,
Yes.
Mr. Patel. Kalpesh. Mr. Reggio.
Yes, sorry.
Thank you, Kalpesh. Mr. Blount,
Yes.
Mr. Hidaka,
Yes.
Mr. Mitterondo,
Yes.
Mr. Ali,
Yes.
and Chairman Weissman.
Yes.
Ms. McCarthy, your application as amended has been approved. We'll memorialize it at our next meeting. You don't need to be here for that. We'll mail you the resolution in the written form. You'll need that to get your permits.
Yes.
Good luck with your husband.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank
Thanks,
you. Good luck.
everybody.
Take
Thank
care.
you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Aye.
Aw.
Okay, going forward, we're going backwards to item number 8. That's 25-ZB-78V. Gayatri Nayi.
Yes. We're here.
Are you
All right.
both going to be testifying tonight?
Yeah, G,
whoever's
you,
gonna be
you have two
testifying,
things
raise
on.
your
You
right
have to
hand.
shut one off.
Okay.
Echoing.
Hold on.
Okay, whoever's going to be testifying, please raise your right hand.
Yeah, you're on my screen twice, which means you
Okay,
closed
now
it.
I'm trying to log off from the other one. I'm sorry.
Okay. I could throw you out on the other one.
Yeah, can you please?
Yeah, remove.
Thank you.
I never get to do that, so thank you. Okay, now
Okay,
you're, go ahead, Mr. Keneally.
Whoever's going to testify, please raise your right hand.
I will.
Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give should be the truth?
True, yes.
Thank you. Your name and address, please.
Gayatri Nai, 2 Surrey Lane.
Thank you. Could you explain to the board why you're here?
I am trying to do addition on my house. We are going above the garage and a family room and going out in the backyard and above. So I was above the lot coverage,
Yes, that's
and my lot is a small lot. It's called the undersized lot, so I have to go for variance anyhow. And the variance that I'm seeking for is lot coverage, and I think that's about all. Like other stuff are existing in my house.
okay. Jonathan, your comments on this?
Yes, I've been in touch with the applicant's architect a couple times. There's been some back and forth over the overhangs and the nuts and bolts of the coverage calculation. We really can't allow anything over 21% of coverage, and we have some issues with the front entrance design, how it's protruding into the front yard setback.
Were there any suggestions?
We can, if we remove the front entrance and we make it flush with the house, as well as the bay window, if that becomes flush with the house and the total coverage remains modest, we can conditionally approve and take a look at some drawings once they've been revised by the architect.
Is that acceptable?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. That was it.
Thank you.
Okay, so we can move on this. Anyone on the board, any members of the board have any questions or concerns about this request? Hearing none, I'd like to open this up to the public. Anyone in the public have any questions or concerns or comments on this request?
No one, Chairman.
Thank you. I'd like to close the open session. I'd like to make a motion that we accept this, that they will work out the differences with Jonathan and accept it on that criterion. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Tillery,
Yes.
Mr. Patel, Kalpesh, you were just there.
Oh.
Oh, he's so funny. Mr. Reggio,
Yes.
Mr. Blount,
Yes.
Mr. Hidaka,
Yes.
Mr. Mitterondo,
Yes.
Mr. Ali,
Yes.
and Chairman Weissman.
Yes.
Your application as amended has been approved. We'll memorialize it in a written document at our next meeting, and we'll mail that document to you. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Laura.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jonathan.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
Take care.
Linda. Thank
Moving on, number 14. That's 25-ZB-79V, Fairways Commercial North LLC.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman. My name is Doug Wolfson. I represent Fairway Commercial North. Thank you for entertaining our application tonight. For the record, I would just ask if Mr. Keneally has had an opportunity to check the notice as to the hearing and making sure that it was adequate in his opinion.
The notice was adequate, and the board has jurisdiction to proceed.
Thanks, Jim. Appreciate that. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're looking to fill a vacant space in the Fairway Commercial portion of the development on Stelton Road, which I'm sure you all are aware of, with a veterinary office clinic to take over some of that space. We understand from the review letters that were obtained by us from your professionals that the use is not specifically included as permitted in this zone, or frankly, in any zone in the town. I'm not sure that it's a use that was contemplated at the time the zoning ordinance was put into effect, but that necessitates the need for the variance and the request tonight for us to be here and get permission from you after you've heard our proofs and hopefully determined that we've satisfied our burden to allow this tenant to take this particular space. With me tonight through remote access means Ron Allenbeck, who's our Director of Planning and Engineering and Development, and Justin Osiello, who is a planner who will offer some testimony about the planning reasons why it'd be appropriate and not burdensome or negative to the zone plan and zoning ordinance or the general welfare at large. I don't see Ron in here because my screen only shows 4 people, but Ron, are you on with us?
I'm here.
Okay, thanks, Ron. At the board's pleasure, perhaps, Mr. Keneally, you can swear in Mr. Allenbeck.
Mr. Allenbeck, could you raise your right hand? Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give should be the truth?
I do.
Your name and address, please.
Sure. Ronald Allenbach, Aulenbach, 444 Hose Lane, Suite 200, Piscataway, New Jersey.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Keneally. Mr. Chairman, with your permission, I'll proceed.
Please.
Yes.
So Ron, I know the board probably knows who you are and what you do for your employer. Just for the record, identify your job title and what your responsibility has been with regard to this particular application.
Sure. Again, my name is Ronald Allenbach. I'm the Director of Engineering, Planning, and Development for Edgewood Properties, the parent company of Fairways Commercial North. I've been involved with this project since its inception, probably 15 years ago. I oversee the engineering, plan, and development for the overall company for all aspects.
And tonight we're here to get permission to have a tenant take vacant space at the Fairway Commercial portion of the development. Is that correct?
That's correct.
This is an existing building. There are no changes anticipated to the building footprint or anything like that.
That's correct. It's an existing site. It's fully developed. There's no changes to the building and or the site.
All right, can you tell the board a little bit about what the characteristics of this tenancy would be so that they can evaluate the propriety of having it in this location?
Sure. Laura, I'm going to try share my screen if I'm allowed.
Oh, yes, it'll work, Ron.
Thank you. Just so the board's aware, what I brought up was the overall site plan entitled OS1. This was part of what was included in the board's packet. As you can see on the plan, there's 4 buildings located. They're mixed-use buildings along Stelton Road. They contain retail/commercial on the first floor with residential apartments above. What we're here to talk to you tonight is located in Building 3, which is the second building from Ethel Road. These buildings contain, as I indicated, commercial on the first floor, part of the struggle with some of the retailers here is these spaces that face inward. They don't have the frontage of Stelton Road. So we have a tenant who's looking to occupy 3,500 square feet. It is a national tenant. It's EVS Pet Urgent Care, who's looking to occupy this space. As Mr. Wolfson indicated, obviously we're here because it's not a specifically permitted use in the zone. And Mr. Osceola will put on the planning criteria and proofs for what we're seeking tonight. But as indicated, there are no changes to the site plan or the building itself. Again, as indicated, Fairways EVS is a urgent care for pets. They treat domestic and exotic pets, general health concerns, dental services, diagnostic labs, and advanced imaging, injuries, trauma, specialty care. It's a place no different than you or I would go to for an urgent care to take care of something as opposed to going to the emergency room. This is the same type of format. They're the first stop. If something's wrong with your animal or pet, you bring it there rather than worrying about trying to find an animal hospital. There's no boarding here. There's no grooming. There will be no overnight stays at the place. There's no outdoor activities for the pets or animals. You simply go in, you have the doctors take care of your pets, and you just simply leave after that.
You give the board the anticipated hours of operation for the facility?
Yes, they are open approximately right now. They won't know until they get there because obviously it's dependent, but their anticipated hours are 8 a.m. to 9 p.m., 7 days a week.
And how many veterinarians would be occupying space at max?
Doug, I think I gave you my notes, but I believe it was 3 veterinarians.
You did give me your notes, but I figured you would remember the 3. And how many exam rooms? 4 are there?
There's 4 exam rooms, correct.
Okay. I noticed in Mr. Chadwick's review letter, he indicated that the no boarding or overnight use should be a condition of approval. If the board were inclined to grant our approval, that is a condition that we find acceptable.
That's correct.
Okay.
Mr. Wilson, I have to interrupt you for just a minute.
Of course.
We have members of the public who are raising their hands trying to ask questions. I just want to advise the public that the applicant gets to put their testimony on first. They put all their witnesses on. At the conclusion of their testimony, the public will have the opportunity to ask questions or make comments. But you can't make comments or ask questions during the applicant's presentation. So you'll have an opportunity at the end of this presentation. Go ahead, Mr. Wolfson.
Thanks.
May I interrupt Doug a second?
Of
The other condition, I should have had it in the report. I assume they will not do any cremation at this site.
That's correct.
Good. I would include that if the board approves it.
Thank you, Mr. Chadwick.
Appreciate that, John, much. And in the review letter from the planning staff, there was an indication about, or a question about whether or not there'd be outdoor area for dogs to utilize. Can you respond to that inquiry?
Yes, as I indicated earlier, there is no outdoor area for the pets or storage of anything outside. It's limited to inside the building only.
All right. And there was also a question raised. I know that the original approvals that were obtained for this site, there was a parking variance of some magnitude, 30 or 40 spaces below what was required out of the 600 or so. Is there anything about this use that would intensify or make worse that situation in terms of parking?
No, as a matter of fact, we reviewed this and updated our title sheet to include the doctor. Well, we put down as a medical use, but because obviously there's no permitted uses anywhere in town, so there's no parking requirement. But what we took a look at was the typical ITE standard, and under the ITE, under land use 640, animal hospital says veterinarian, the parking actually is 1 space for every 357 square feet, which is more conservative than if it was a retail space. The retail required for this is 1 space for 300. So under this proposed use under ITE, we require less spaces than if it was just straight retail / commercial.
And we had to use the ITE standard because this use doesn't appear anywhere in the zoning ordinance at all. So there's no no way to guess or know what the town's standard would have been.
That's correct.
Okay, so it's less parking is intense than the other permitted uses in the zone.
That's correct.
Okay. Mr. Chairman, Mr. Keeling, I don't have any other questions of Mr. Allenbeck. Perhaps the board members have some questions about the use or the company that perhaps Mr. Allenbeck can answer.
Thank you, Mr. Wilson. Jonathan, do you have any other questions you want to ask?
I have no follow-up questions. Thank you for the testimony.
Thank you. Mr. Chadwick, anything else?
No.
Okay. Anyone on the board have any questions or concerns they want to raise at this time? Hearing none, I'd like to open this up to the public. Is there anyone in the public who has any questions, concerns, or comments about this request?
Are we doing public for each witness, or are we waiting for the end of testimony?
Mr. Wilson, do you have a planner?
Yes, Mr. Osceola will be testifying
Oh,
next.
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
perhaps, Mr. Weissman, we can hold off on questions
Yes.
and comments from the public until they're done.
Okay,
Good
I
testimony.
apologize.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Wilson, your
All
plan.
right, thank you very much. Mr. Allenbeck will, of course, remain on the line to answer any questions that may have come up after both witnesses testify. Thank you for that, Mr. Keneally. Mr. Osceola, you are on the line?
Yes, I am. Good evening.
Could you raise your right hand? Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give should be the truth?
Yes, I do.
Your name and address, please?
Justin Osceola, 52 Reckless Place, Red Bank, New Jersey, 07701.
With your permission, Mr. Chairman, I'll proceed with Mr. Osceola.
As Mr. Osceola, as a planner.
Yep.
as-
Mr. Osceola, can you give the board the benefit of your educational and qualifications to testify as an expert planner, please?
Yes, absolutely. So I'm a partner with a Club Consulting Group out of Red Bank. I've been a licensed professional planner in the state of New Jersey since 2008. I've been qualified by over 200 land use boards throughout the state in 20 counties. I have appeared in front of this board and the planning board on multiple occasions.
Okay, thank you. Your credentials are fine.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Osceola, you've been asked to take a look at this site, the need for the variance because it's not expressly permitted in this zone or
Correct.
the other zones. Can you give the board the benefit of your analysis and the reasons why you think a variance to allow this use is appropriate under the circumstances here?
Yes, absolutely. So since this is a use variance, this falls under the Medici proofs or Medici standard. And there are certain proofs that must be put on the record to prove to the board that the board can grant this relief. The first aspect of the Medici standards is whether or not the site is particularly suited for the use. As Mr. Allenbach had stated, the proposed location of this use is in a mixed-use building. And of course, this building is designed to accommodate a variety of service, retail, and office uses. The proposed use will be interior, full indoor operations with no outdoor activity. No exterior modifications or changes to the circulation, the parking, or the building form. So for all of those reasons, it's my professional opinion that this site can accommodate the proposed use. And I would add to that, as Mr. Allenbach had stated, which I think is a very important point of whether or not a site is suitable for this use, the parking, as Mr. Allenbach has stated, requires less spaces than retail. And retail, of course, is a permitted use. So for all those reasons, it is my professional opinion that this use is particularly suited for the site. The next part of the proof is special reasons, whether or not there are any purposes of the municipal land use law that are advanced in conjunction with the application. Certainly, I see purpose A is advanced. This is a use that is inherent, in my opinion, to the general welfare of the community, provides essential services for residents' pets. Certainly, it's my opinion that certainly advances the general welfare. And purpose G, there is sufficient space and appropriate locations on the site to accommodate this use. Again, as testified by Mr. Allenbach, and also with the operations as proposed for the site. Relative for the enhanced quality of proof, the
You're using the
transit
negative criteria now, correct?
negative criteria. So the first aspect of that is the enhanced quality of proof. and that requires an examination of the underlying zone. So the Transit Village zone permits a variety of professional services and medical office and retail, of course, and services. It is my opinion that the office use is comparable in scale and operation to a veterinarian clinic. This type of clinic, my professional opinion, is functionally a medical and professional office. It's got a very similar operational profile. The only difference is instead of me as a human going to an urgent care, it's pets going to an urgent care. The patient still sees a doctor and the patient leaves. So similar in form and function. It is my opinion that in terms of whether or not there's an impact to the master plan, I would say that this is a use that advances the goals of promoting commerce and providing essential services to the public, both of which the master plan speaks to. And also the Transit Village is intended to create a mixed-use district, an environment that is cohesive and well-planned. The introduction of this use does not alter in any way or undermine the core intent of the zone. In fact, it's my professional opinion that it reinforces it. So for those reasons, I don't see any substantial impairment to the zone plan or the zoning ordinance. Relative to the second prong of the negative criteria, that's a showing of whether or not the grant of the variance will present a substantial detriment to the public good. Again, no exterior activity, no overnight boarding. That's a condition that we'll agree to, and no cremation as well. Medical waste, of course, as required under law, will be handled through licensed professionals and procedures. And the operation, again, of the site will be entirely indoors. So I don't see any substantial detriment to public good. And if there is any detriment, the law requires that the detriment be substantial, not just any type of detriment. I think that's important to note for the record. Lastly, to reconcile the zone's omission of this use from the zoning ordinance, again, as Mr. Wolfson had stated in his opening, veterinarian clinics are not listed as permitted use anywhere in the township zoning ordinance. To me, this global admission demonstrates that the township did not intentionally exclude this type of use from the Transit Village or any other district. Again, as I had stated, this is a use that operates akin to a medical or professional office. It's similar in purpose and design. It's my opinion that this fits within the established office categories that are already permitted in the zone. And again, the most reasonable reconciliation is that the ordinance intended such uses to be reviewed on a case-by-case basis with conditions. And that's exactly what's occurring here with the dialogue earlier with Mr. Allenbach and Mr. Chadwick. So with that said, the conditions that have been agreed to, this use is fully consistent with the township's overall structure and the Transit Village purpose. So for all those reasons, I think the board can be comfortable with granting this relief, and certainly the benefits do outweigh any detriments as well.
Mr. Osceola, thank you very much. I just take it, I want to just clarify, because it isn't permitted in the zone or any other zone, your view is that that was potentially intentional so that the zoning board would have the opportunity to review each application and make sure that the location for each is appropriate, because treating dogs and cats is not necessarily the same as treating as humans. And this gives them the opportunity
Correct.
on an individualized basis to make sure that they think it's an appropriate spot for this use. Is that a fair summary of what you said?
Yes, I absolutely agree.
Okay. Mr. Chairman, that would conclude our testimony from Mr. Osceola. If the board has any questions, and of course, at this time, those are our only two witnesses, and it would be appropriate, as I understand Mr. Keneally's procedure, to open it up to the public thereafter.
Thank you. Anyone on the board have any questions, concerns at this time? Hearing none, I'd like to open this up to the public. Is there anyone in the public who has any questions, concerns, or comments they'd like to make at this time?
We have, it says Sweda iPhone.
Yes, yes,
Okay, I need Sweda iPhone. I need your name and address, please.
yes. First, good evening, everyone. My name is Ajit Junutila. My address is 12 Andrews Way, Piscataway, New Jersey.
What was the address? I'm sorry.
12 Andrews Way, Andrews Way.
Okay, sir, I need to swear you in. Could you raise your right hand? Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. Go ahead with your questions or comments.
Yeah. As I said, I'm the homeowner and HOA member at the Villas at Fairway, which is behind this shopping complex. So we as a community strongly oppose the establishment of veterinary officer clinic at the proposed location. Our residents have expressed significant concerns.
Okay, sir, you can only speak for yourself.
Okay, I express my significant concerns as I request the township to review this carefully before making a final decision. My concerns are, the first one is it increases traffic and safety risk. Because vet clinic will bring frequent visits, emergency drop-offs, and pet transportation, increase traffic congestion at the main entrance. Next thing is the noise disturbance. Clinics often deal with barking or distressed animals, creating noise that disturbs the peace of the community. The third one is odor and waste concerns. Veterinary services generally generate animal waste and medical waste, so residents may worry. I worry about odor, sanitation, and waste disposal issues, especially it is close to my home. Next one is impact on my property value, because having a clinic at the entrance may be seen as undesirable by potential buyers, potentially pursuing my property value. Next one, my concern is negative impact on community aesthetics. The community entrance is a first impression, right? So a veterinary clinic does not align with the residential peaceful aesthetics of the community frontage. Next concern, my concern is visitors may wander into the community. People visiting the clinic may accidentally or intentionally walk into the residential area, raising privacy, security, and safety concerns for my family. And it also increases the foot traffic from non-residents, can also make the community feel less secure and less private. And my other concern is allowing the clinic may open the door for more businesses in the area, changing the neighborhood character. And last, my concern is potential pest attraction. Animal-related facilities can attract pests, flies, rodents if not managed carefully. So these are my concerns. So I request strongly the township to review this carefully before making a final decision. Thank you so much for giving me opportunities to speak.
Thank you for your comments.
Is there,
No questions, Mr. Chairman.
okay.
Okay, we have another one, Nandi Yadav. Okay, there you go. You have to unmute, there you go.
Okay, are you present, Nandi Yadav?
Yes, I'm present.
Okay, I need to swear you in. Could you raise your right hand?
Yes.
Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give should be the truth?
Yes, the testimony I'm about to give is going to be the truth. Yes.
Thank you. And could we have your name and address, please?
Yes, my name is Nandi Yadav. As you can see on the screen, my address is 546 Doral Court, Piscataway, New Jersey.
Thank you.
So I'm going to go ahead. I'm a resident of one of the units right behind where this potential urgent care for vets is about to come up.
Wait, hold on. I accidentally took her away. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Are you back, ma'am?
Are you back?
And Nandi?
It says connecting.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm sorry. I was getting everybody else ready and I hit her by accident. I apologize. Yeah, she has permission to speak. I'm sorry, I've never done that before. Here she comes. I'm sorry.
Nandi, I see connecting, all right.
Yeah, it's still connecting. It's weird. She should have been able to come right back on.
Did it complete?
I mean, we have another one. I don't know if you want to.
Mr. Chairman, we may want to allow Ms. Yadav to reconnect and take someone else in the meantime?
Okay, yes.
Yeah, the last name's Mandel, Mandal.
Shashkatan Mandel?
There you go.
Mr. Mandel?
Shashikant Mandel, can you hear us?
They have permissions.
Shashikant Mandel, can you hear us? Do you wish to testify?
Oh,
Uh,
All right.
Nandi's back.
Nandi Yadov, are you back?
no, I don't know why she keeps going out again.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. All right, she muted herself. Yes,
Sorry, I
there you are.
lost.
I apologize. I hit the wrong button. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it told me to mute myself, so I did.
All right, thank
Okay,
you. It worked. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You cut out after you told us where you lived,
Oh my God. So I was talking the entire time.
and we
Okay.
could not hear you.
Okay, I'll go again, no problem. It's a wonderful Thursday evening. So I live at 546 Doral Court, a unit behind where this potential urgent care will be opening up. The reasons that I am not in favor of this are similar to what my co-resident mentioned earlier, which starts with the fact that there is going to be value concerns given that a veterinary location is not something that is allowed in a lot of developments. This is an exception that we're going through. The renters may not want to rent my unit, or a potential buyer may not want to buy, leading to less desirability. In addition to that, there's waste management concerns, sanitation concerns, also the fact that there will be distressed and animals in pain in the community while they're being treated or while they're waiting to be treated, which may lead to noise concerns as well. In addition to that, while they're waiting for their appointment or their turn to come in, they may be wandering into the community, maybe, maybe that's the time of the day when they're going out to take a walk, and a sick animal, a distressed animal walking into the community with a stranger is not something that, we're comfortable with. I'm comfortable with in my development. In addition to that, there's obviously the increased traffic and the safety concerns. There is a doctor's clinic right next door. There's two doctor's clinics, actually. There's a child care down the road as well. There's a dental clinic as well. So these are some of the reasons why I'm not comfortable with a vet urgent care opening up in the development. So I would like you all to please reconsider, and if we could come to a decision which was going to be in the favor of the residents that have purchased and are residing in the community for over 10 years at this point. Like Ron mentioned, this was established 15 years ago, almost at this time. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your comments.
No questions, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, we had another person.
Okay, Mandel's trying to get on again.
Good evening, everyone. Am I audible to you?
Yes, hold
we
on
can
one
hear you
second.
now.
I'm
Can we
sorry.
have your name?
Yeah, I lost my audio earlier. Yeah.
That's okay. We can hear you now. I
Mhm.
need to swear you in. Could you raise your right hand?
Yes,
Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give should be the truth?
yes.
Could we have your name and address, please?
My name is Sashikant Mandal. I reside at 3 Masters Boulevard in the community.
Thank you. Go ahead with your comments or your questions.
Sir, I'm really, upset with this development. Something like a vet urgent care clinic, if it comes here, when it will ruin the entire peaceful environment that we have here. I just recently moved here 11 months back. I bought in this community paying a very heavy price, a lot of money I invested here. And I like the serenity and calmness here. But I see if this development happens, then it will be, that and peace and serenity, the calmness will go away of this community. I really don't want this to happen. I mean, before me, other residents have also voiced their concerns, and the traffic issue, safety issue, cleaning, all those things. But the most is the traffic, because we already have a lot of traffic in this area. And once the vet clinic starts here, then I think it will be difficult for us to enter the community itself. So I'm really upset that this development is being considered. I mean, this should be taken away from a residential community in a commercial area where there is, where no residences are not there. I mean, for these obvious reasons, I mean, we see the hospitals and urgent care facilities away from the residential complexes. So please take my request and see what you can consider.
Thank you for your comments.
Thank you.
No questions, Mr. Chairman.
Anyone else?
Yes, we have one more shred here. Shred here. SR, hold on one sec.
Yeah. I see Shred.
SRED.
See
There
that.
you go.
Yes, hi. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, we
Yes.
can hear you. I need to swear you in. Could you raise your right hand?
Yep.
Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give should be the truth?
Yes.
Okay, could I have your name and address, please?
Sridhar Kandapaneni, 28 Andrews Way, Piscataway.
Thank you.
Yeah, I object as well, along with my other neighbors. We all live in the same community. My concerns are the similar concerns. One of the main concern is increase in the traffic. We already have a problem right now entering into the community and going out of the community. We have a lot of traffic especially during the peak times. That's one concern. The security concern. This is a gated community, closed community. We feel like strangers will be entering into the community, and sometimes during the wait time, we can clearly see that the pets might be walking with the pets. There's nothing to stop them coming in, and we do have kids, small kids in the community. It's a kids friendly neighborhood. Just safety is a big concern.
Anything else, sir?
That's about it.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
No questions, Mr. Chairman.
Go ahead.
Laura, anyone else?
Yeah, as one gets off, the other one pops on. Sarab? SARAB?
So Rob, can you hear
Yeah.
us?
Yeah. Hi.
I need to swear you in. Could you raise your right hand?
Yeah.
Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give should be the truth?
Yes.
Your name and address, please?
Hi. Sarabjit Singh, 844 Liberty Court, Piscataway.
Thank you. Go ahead.
So actually, we have like a special kid, and he tend to like sit on the grass, and sometimes like he'll pick grass and eat. And with like our biggest concern as a family is like him going like through area and and with sick pets coming there. We don't want him to like catch any infection and all. So his safety and sickness is our top concern for this.
There are others.
Yeah.
No questions, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Mr. Desing, anything else?
No, I think that's it. That's our other people have already raised a concern, but this is our like is safety and like health is our biggest concern from our point of view.
Thank you for your comments.
Okay. No one else, Chairman.
Okay, I would like to, go ahead. Who? Someone just tried to jump in.
Yeah,
Mr.
no one else
Chairman.
is raising their hand.
Oh, Mr. Chadwick,
Yes.
Oh, it's John.
were you making a comment?
No.
Oh,
I think that was me, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Procedurally, just the question is, once the public portion is closed,
Yes.
we have not done yet that.
okay.
Would you
Yeah.
like to give us an opportunity to
Yes.
respond?
Very much so. All right, if there are no other comments coming from the public, I'd like to close the public session. And Mr. Wilson, would you like to address?
Just briefly, if the court, hi, I just elevated you.
Thank you.
So if the chair would permit me, I would appreciate it very much. We listened, of course, very carefully to what the residents have said to the board, and we're certainly not insensitive to those issues, but I would point out a couple of items. One is that you heard a common theme from each of the 4 or 5 people who testified that they were concerned about traffic. You heard testimony from the ITE manual that this is a lower traffic generator than what is otherwise permitted from a retail establishment. So something will go in that space. If it's not this, it'll certainly be a retail space that's permitted, and that will generate more traffic. So that's certainly, in our view, for what it's worth, would not be an appropriate weight to give that testimony because it isn't based on any kind of expertise, and it's inconsistent with the treatise of the ITE, which is well accepted. I think Mr. Keneally would tell you that if you don't already have that view of the world, that is the Bible for traffic engineers. With regard to the idea that pets are going to be walking around, first of all, this is not a pet-free community to begin with. So there are many, many, many residents, none of whom are out today to complain because they want to have a place to bring their pet if a pet gets suddenly ill or sick. And to the extent that people are worried about pets walking around, they're already walking around because there's no restriction against the tenants or the homeowners to have pets. And this is a closed facility. It's urgent care. These are pets that are in distress that are coming in to be treated and not overnight. So they're in and they're out the same way you'd go to an urgent care if you had a splinter or a bad cough or something else where you needed to be treated at not a hospital level. And in terms of the noise, this is a closed facility. So I don't understand how that could really be a significant factor because there are plenty of other uses that are permitted that would generate, I'm sure, equal or greater noise factors. So something will go in the space. It's not a huge space. It's 3,500 square feet, as you heard Mr. Allenbeck indicate. It's a lower traffic generator than all of the other permitted uses that would be allowed there. And it is in an area where pets are permitted anyway. Although I don't think you'd see your owners being complained about other renters or other owners. And I don't think you'd see people who are bringing their pets in that are in distress, walking around willy-nilly, killing time while they're waiting to be reached. So having said all that, I'm comfortable that we've given you sufficient proofs for you to understand the reasons why it's an appropriate use for the site. I, of course, defer to the board's judgment in evaluating the proofs that we've had, and I would urge you to act favorably on the application so that we don't have vacant storefronts in this facility. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman and Mr.
Thank you. Anyone else on the board have any questions or concerns? Again, one more time, Jonathan or John, either one.
Yeah, I have one question to the board. I think if the board does find that they're going to approve it, that there ought to be some agreement with either the owners association or the owners of the commercial on outdoor maintenance, meaning cleaning up, as well as a indoor maintenance program in terms of waste. Obviously, going to a restaurant doesn't, the general public doesn't have that problem, but taking a pet to and from these type of facilities, I think there needs to be at least some kind of outdoor program that can be enforced.
I'm sorry, Chair.
Doug,
Go ahead, Ron. You go first.
I'm sorry. Yeah, John, obviously this is, has the retail with the residential above, which are apartments, which we own and manage. So we own and manage and maintain the entire commercial and the apartment section.
Okay.
So we'd be happy to, make sure there's an agreement in place to make sure that's taken care of.
Yeah, I mean, you can write it into your tenant's lease or however you want to do it. That's, that's out of my area.
We don't have an issue with that.
I think you need to have something.
Understood.
Thank you.
It shows a good attitude towards the neighborhood.
Right.
That you're working together.
100%. We're on
Anyone
board.
else? Yes, Jonathan.
The only thing I'll add is repeat is if the board looks favorably upon this, we want a deed restriction, no overnight stays, no boarding, no cremation.
Mr. Chairman and Mr. Keneally, can I be heard on that? I don't have any problem with a condition that says that, and I think Mr. Allenbeck testified to that as well. But putting a deed restriction on property that far exceeds the 3,500 square foot space that this is in is really a problem for us. I mean, I don't like having deed restrictions that are forever on property this large, where we're talking about a very small tenant space. The tenant may be there for, I don't know how long the initial lease is planned for, even if one's signed, but a year, 2 years, 5 years. So to have a deed restriction that's a permanent restriction and alienation on the property, I think is overkill. I certainly think a condition that can be enforced by the personnel of the township and representatives as part of the condition of approval is adequate protection. And we're certainly willing to embrace that as a condition of any approval the board gives us. But I would strongly resist a deed restriction on a lot and block that is far, far more expansive than this 3,500 square feet, because it's the entire lot that then is restricted, not just one piece. And it's the same enforcement, whether you enforce the condition of approval or enforce a deed restriction, it's not a heavier or lighter burden. It's exactly the same. So you'd have exactly the same protection with the condition. In fact, you could do a cease and desist because we're violating a condition. You may have even more power if it's a condition of approval than you would as a deed restriction.
Mr. Chairman, I tend to agree with Mr. Wolfson that a deed restriction on this entire parcel may be exceeding our legal authority, since we're only talking about a 3,500 square foot portion of the property. I do believe that a condition of approval is enforceable and would effectuate the protections that the board has indicated that they want.
Thank you, Mr. Keneally. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Jonathan, okay. Any other questions or concerns at this time from the board? Hearing none, I'd like to make a motion that we approve this request with the stated conditions. Can I get a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Artie. Will the clerk please take a roll?
Mr. Tillery,
Yes.
Mr. Patel,
Yes.
Mr. Reggio,
Yes.
Mr. Blount,
Yes.
Mr. Hidaka,
Yes.
Mr. Mitterondo,
I recuse myself.
Mr. Ali,
Yes.
and Chairman Weissman.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, thank you very much for your kind attention this evening. Mr. Keneally, thank you very much for your attention as well. And members of the board, thank you and have a great night.
Happy
We'll
holidays.
memorialize this at our next
Happy
meeting and
holidays,
send a
everybody.
copy to you.
Thank you for the promotion.
Thanks, Jim. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Good night.
Moving on. Item number 17, 24 ZB 69/70B. Venture Net Properties LLC.
Thank you, members of the board professionals. My name is Tim Arch. I'm an attorney licensed in the state of New Jersey. I'm here representing VentureNet. As you might recall, this application was in front of you already. This is for property at 425 Hose Lane. We're seeking to use the property as the applicant's corporate headquarters. That'll have a combination of office, showroom, light assembly, and storage of home goods, flooring, and furniture. At the last hearing, we put all of our testimony on the record, and if you recall, the board chair requested that we defer the vote so that any members of the board or any personnel of the township could conduct a site inspection to help ensure that there were no maintenance violations present on the site. That inspection was done, and I certainly don't want to speak for Jonathan, but my understanding is that he was pleased with the results of that inspection. And so I'll certainly defer to him to place anything he wants to say on the record. The only thing I believe is remaining is to open it up to the public and is to then go to a vote.
Thank you.
I agree.
Jonathan?
Yes, can confirm I did a site visit with our fire marshal. No comments from myself or the fire marshal with respect to exterior fire safety or site conditions.
Thank you. Let's open this up to the public, as that was where we left this off. Anyone in the public have any questions, concerns, or comments at this time?
No one, Chairman.
Thank you. I'd like to close the public session, and I'd like to make a motion that we approve this.
I'll second.
Thank you, Kalpesh. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Tillery,
Yes.
Mr. Patel,
Yes.
Mr. Reggio,
Yes.
Mr. Blount,
Yes.
Mr. Hidaka,
Yes.
Mr. Mitterondo,
Yes.
Mr. Riley,
Yes.
and Chairman Weissman.
Yes.
Mr. Arch will memorialize this at our next meeting and send a copy to you.
Thank you so much. Everybody have a wonderful evening. Stay warm.
You too.
Bye,
Thank
Tim.
you. Moving on, item number 18, 25-ZB-44/45V, NDK Realty LLC.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
just making sure the audio is working.
we hear you, sir.
It is.
All right, Bob Smith. I'm a licensed attorney in the state of New Jersey, and I'm here tonight representing NDK Realty LLC. We're before you tonight seeking a use variance to allow a convenience store and gas station at the corner of South Washington Avenue and Centennial Avenue. The blocks at the address is 1600 Washington Avenue. Block 5101, lots 8, 9, 10.02, 6.02, 7.02, and the zone is an LI5, and that's what creates the reason for being in front of the zoning board. The LI5 zone is one where we have a 5-acre requirement for a light industrial use. We are proposing what is a non-permitted use, namely the commercial convenience store with the gas station. We're here tonight with a couple of goals in mind. One is it has been our understanding throughout this process that the Piscataway administration would very much like to see hotels on major corners in Centennial Avenue. In fact, I'm sure this board has probably did the approval on the Wawa that is down on River Road in Centennial Avenue, which also has a small hotel with it. And we're trying our best to be sympathetic to the requests of the town, or at least the current vision for the town. We do not have a hotel tenant at this point, but we wanted to show in our site plan application that as we seek a hotel tenant for that property, that it's compatible, that it fits, it's not a burden on it, and we hopefully can make the administration happy when we do get the hotel tenant, which we're looking for. So in a nutshell, we have a gas station with a 5,670 square foot convenience store, along with additional site improvements, including new stormwater management facilities. In addition, we're carving out a space for a possible future development of a 4-story, 100-unit hotel building. The gas station and the store component is proposed to be built first, with the hotel portion being reserved for a future site plan application once we have a potential tenant located for the site. The purpose of including the hotel depiction is to demonstrate the suitability of the site to accommodate this future use as well. Access to the gas station and store will be provided from 2 access points along Centennial Avenue, as well as an access from South Washington Avenue. The access from South Washington is positioned to allow vehicles exiting from I-287 to have direct access from a controlled intersection onto the property. The applicants have coordinated with the addition property owners of lots 6.02 and 7.02 to arrange access for trucks heading to the neighboring distribution facilities to cross one way through the applicant's property, eliminating the need for the truck traffic to go down to South Washington Avenue while exiting I-287. And I'm going to go through variances and what we hope to prove, but we have a special request tonight, Mr. Chairman, and that is we would ask that you, we're going to try and finish the case, and at 8:04 p.m., I think we can do that. We're going to try to finish the case tonight, but we'd ask that you hold on a vote until we can provide a couple of other pieces of information that I think Mr. Chen requested in his report. We'd like to make sure that's part of the record, and that the board has a chance to consider those 2 additional items of information. So if you wouldn't mind, unlike every other applicant in the world who's in a hurry to get a vote, we're not. We're asking that you hold this until January for for a final vote. So the variance that we're focusing on is the D variance for the use. As I said, this is an LI5 zone, and the proposed gas station and convenience store with future development of a four-story hotel building is not normally considered LI5, and hence we're in front of the Zoning Board of Adjustment. There's a whole bunch of bulk variants. I'm sorry?
Go ahead, Mr. Smith.
There's a whole bunch of bulk variances that are also requested, but in the main, most of these bulk variances result from the fact that we have an LI5 zoning structure in place, and when you put in the commercial use, whether it's the gas station and or the convenience store, that makes lights go off in a whole bunch of areas. Our planner will provide the justification that the board needs in that case. It's my intention, Mr. Chairman, to call 4 witnesses, and the 4 witnesses are Mr. Chris Soleil of Menlo Engineering, who was our project engineer. Secondly, we have representing Quick Check, Mr. Stuart Kimmel, who is thoroughly familiar with Quick Check operations. We have our traffic engineer, John Ray from McDonough and Ray Associates, and our planner tonight is Justin Osceola, who is the planner on the Fairways application. And with your permission, I'm just going to mention the professional staff reports that are in your files and acknowledging them for the record. First, there is a planning report from Mr. Chadwick, the last one dated December 5th. Engineering report from DNR Engineering, that's Mr. Carley, dated October the 26th. CME has a traffic report dated December the 5th. The fire safety review is in a memo dated September the 9th. There's a tri-party staff memo dated December the 5th. And finally, there's the Public Works report dated October the 1st. We're in receipt of all those, and we plan to respond to the reports of your professionals. So with your permission, Mr. Chairman, I'd ask that our civil engineer, Mr. Zalay, be called and sworn so that he can give testimony.
Mr. Zalay, are you present?
Yes, I'm here.
I need to swear you in. Could you raise your right hand? Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give should be the truth?
I do.
Thank you. Your name and address, please?
Yes, my name is Christopher Soleil. Last name is S as in Sam, Z as in Zebra, A-L-A-Y. I currently work at Menlo Engineering Associates, located at 261 Cleveland Avenue in Highland Park, New Jersey. I received a bachelor's degree in civil engineering from the University of Rhode Island in 2008, and I've been a licensed professional engineer in the state of New Jersey since 2013, and my license is in good standing. I've testified in front of this board as well as numerous other boards throughout the state.
Yes, could he be accepted as a licensed PE in the state?
Yes,
Thank you.
Certainly.
Good. And just before I ask him questions, and only because I'm getting more mature, I would like to, just for the record, ask Mr. Keneally if he had an opportunity to look at our notice requirements, which we provided to the board, and are they appropriate?
I did review the notice. It is appropriate, and the board has jurisdiction to proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Keneally. All right, Mr. Zalay, these plans were prepared by you and Menlo, correct?
Correct.
Okay. We need you to do what good planning engineers do, which is I need you to describe the current site and then describe what our proposal is. And anything you miss, I'll remind you of.
Perfect. Thank you. So tonight, to aid in my description of the property and what we are seeking approval to, if I have permission, I'll share my screen.
Yes.
Which, if you can see the current exhibit I have on my screen tonight, we've created 2 exhibits. The first of which currently shown is entitled NDK Realty Existing Conditions Exhibit dated 12/11/2025. What this exhibit depicts is an aerial background which shows the existing conditions of the site with the property boundary highlighted and a bit of the surrounding area around the site so that we can describe the area. And the second exhibit.
Okay, let me stop you. That was not submitted as part of your application package, is
Correct.
that correct?
That was not
So
part of
that will be A1.
Yes.
Go ahead.
And the second exhibit is entitled NDK Realty Overall Plan Exhibit, also dated 12/11/25. It has the same aerial background showing the surrounding areas, but within the subject property, we have a colorized rendering of the submitted site plan with landscaping turned on and zoning shown as well.
That will be A2.
A2. So back to A1 and describing the property. So the subject property is an L-shaped property designated as Block 2101, lots 8, 9, and 10.02, which are shown on site. And then there's a portion of lots 6.02 and 7.02, which is actually off-site and part of a triangle piece of land to be acquired by the owner of the subject property from the adjacent property owner. And these are all shown on the tax map of Piscataway Township. The site is located on the northwest corner of the signalized intersection of South Washington Avenue and Centennial Avenue. The property has about 400 linear feet of frontage on South Washington Avenue, on the west side of South Washington Avenue, and approximately 650 linear feet of frontage on the north side of Centennial Avenue. And for record, South Washington Avenue is a county road, also known as County Road 665. Overall, the property with the triangle piece acquired is 5.1 acres in area, and it's located entirely within the LI5 light industrial zone. Surrounding the property, again to the north, being in the LI5 zone, there's a warehouse. Beyond the warehouse is the 287 corridor. To the east is retail. There's the Centennial Square shopping center and Piscataway Town Center. To the south, there's an office building, some wooded area, and then additional industrial warehouse spaces. And similar to the west, are industrial and warehouse space uses. You'll see the property is currently mostly developed and disturbed. There's 2 single-family homes located near the southeast corner of the property along the frontage of South Washington Avenue. There's a driveway on South Washington Avenue for access that is shared between the 2 single-family homes. To the west of the single-family homes and south are remnants of an outdoor industrial storage space that was used over the years, but has mainly been vacant for some time. There's an additional access point on Centennial Avenue near the southwest corner. The off-site area to be acquired is let's have wetlands that contain a 50-foot transition area, and then there's some additional open space kind of on the northeast corner of that triangle. And then at the northeast corner of the property, north of the single-family homes, there's some open space and a tree line that's mostly encumbered by an isolated wetland. The site does slope from this northeast corner from South Washington Avenue towards the southwest corner of the site along Centennial Avenue. Has about a 15-foot grade change over that, so that's important to know as we go through the proposed improvements and design. So moving to Exhibit A2, and what we are seeking approval for tonight would be the demolition of the 2 single-family homes and the remnants of the industrial outdoor storage space to construct a 5,670 square foot quick check convenience store and gas station with canopy containing 16 fueling stations. And then there's 84 associated parking spaces on site. Again, this is a use variance is required since the convenience store is not permitted in the LI5 zone, where a different use such as a warehouse would be a permitted use. The store is to be located at the southeast corner of the property near the intersection of South Washington Avenue and Centennial Avenue, and the principal building meets all required setbacks and building height requirements. The fueling station is located just north of the convenience store, containing 16 fuel pumps under a canopy, which will all sit on a concrete slab. In addition to the fuel pumps, there will be 4 20,000-gallon underground fuel storage tanks, also located below a concrete slab, obviously for storage of fuel for the gas station pumps. Access to the property is proposed at 3 locations, 1 on South Washington Avenue and 2 on Centennial Avenue. The access on South Washington Avenue is at a signal, an existing signal, which currently has traffic flowing north and south on South Washington Avenue, as well as traffic coming from the 287 corridor down an off ramp to that signal. We're proposing the 4th leg of that traffic signal. This will be a mostly almost full access movement, right in, right out. Right in, right out, and left out, as well as in from the 287 off ramp, but left ins from South Washington Avenue will not be permitted. The second access point I'll talk about is on Centennial Avenue. It's about 190 feet from the intersection of South Washington and Centennial. This access way is a right in, right out only. Centennial does have a median or a barrier that prevents left in at this location. But the third access point will be a full access driveway, proposed full access driveway, right in, right out, left in, left out. And to facilitate that left in movement, we are proposing modifications within Centennial Avenue to provide safe access, a safe queuing point for vehicles to wait for a gap in traffic from the signal and make a left turn in from Centennial Avenue. So we're providing, again, access points from any direction that you are approaching the quick check. Left in from Centennial Avenue, right in from Centennial Avenue, and if you're coming south on South Washington Avenue, you can make a right in, and if you're coming north on South Washington Avenue, you can make a left on Centennial and make your way into the facility as well. So in addition to these access drives, due to the traffic on South Washington Avenue, we're actually proposing to widen South Washington Avenue to provide a new right turn only lane and queuing space. It's about 200 feet long, and you can see where this dashed line shows the existing edge of pavement. We're widening South Washington Avenue about 12 feet to provide a right turn lane to help mitigate the impact of the quick check. And it not only mitigates the impact of the quick check, it actually improves time through the intersection under the proposed conditions. So after the full facility is built, gas station, convenience store, time through the intersection will actually be decreased by providing this right turn lane, as well as what Mr. Smith discussed, which is providing interconnection between the subject property and the adjacent property owner, having a one-way into the warehouse loading area and one-way into the adjacent parking area for the warehouse. It reduces the number of vehicles that will be traveling through the South Washington Centennial Ave signal. They can have direct access from 287 into the warehouse facility without having to travel through the signal. So again, we're providing safe access to the site from all 4 directions, and we're actually improving the time through the South Washington Ave signal. Parking on site, as I stated, the convenience store requires 33 parking spaces, which is based on a parking requirement of one space per 175 square feet of retail area. At 5,670 square feet, we're required 33 parking spaces. As I stated, there's 84 parking spaces proposed on site. 60 in the immediate vicinity of the Quick Check, which is along the eastern and southern property line, and then also facing the convenience store. Quick Check, obviously being a brand, has a specific layout for the building. There's two main entrances on the east-facing facade near the northeast and southeast corner of the storefront. There's 22 parking spaces proposed facing the Quick Check facility on a concrete slab, including 4 ADA parking spaces. There's bollards lined along the head of all of the parking spaces to provide safety for anyone, pedestrians that are, out of the car walking along. There's a 6-foot wide walkway between the bollards and parking spaces and the building, so providing a safe route for visitors to enter the convenience store. In addition to the 22 spaces facing the convenience store, there's 24 spaces that are really right in the immediate vicinity of the store, so it provides ample parking for the convenience store, which is, obviously desirable for anyone visiting and entering the store for purchasing, any sort of goods. Then there's an additional 14 spaces as you kind of extend towards the gas station canopies. There's an additional 14 spaces beyond the convenience store that lead to 3 EV charging stations and 2 air pumps at the end of that parking aisle. Behind the Quick Check, we are proposing a 12-foot wide striped loading zone for obviously deliveries to the convenience store. There's also a 15-foot wide fueling zone striped for refueling or refilling the underground storage tanks. This provides a safe area for any trucks making deliveries to not be in the way, creating traffic within the drive aisles on site. It's off the drive aisle, plenty of space for these trucks to pull off and make their deliveries and fill the fuel storage tanks. The drive aisles are a minimum of 25 feet, specifically where the 90-degree parking spaces are. That's in compliance with the township ordinance. And then the aisles are a maximum of about 31.25 feet, and that's on either side of the fueling stations, and that helps, again, facilitate safe maneuvering of these trucks in and around the fuel station to make the deliveries and to traverse the site, as well as aid if any emergency vehicles ever need to enter the site. Truck movement plans have been provided, which so that there is ample room for the maneuvering of the larger tractor trailers to enter the site, as well as any emergency and fire trucks that'll enter the site. The Quick Check does expect about 1 fuel delivery per day to the underground storage tanks and 2 to 3 store deliveries per week. Again, there's these safe striped areas where it won't impact other customers visiting the site. And off the northwest corner of the building, there is a dumpstering or a concrete pad for a dumpster and recycling within a masonry enclosure, and we anticipate 2 to 3 pickups for the trash and recycling per week, but it can be as needed. Along the perimeter of the site, sidewalk is proposed along the entire frontage, as well as fiber optics underground, both required by the township. And the sidewalks range from 5 feet wide along Centennial to 6 feet wide along South Washington Avenue. Due to the grade change, there's some grade change from South Washington Avenue actually down into the site. So there's a retaining wall that's proposed between the access drive at the signal to the internal access drive, and then the retaining wall runs along the eastern property along South Washington Avenue to make up some grade change, and that retaining wall will have a fence up top for safety for anyone walking down the sidewalk on South Washington Avenue. And again, any improvements along South Washington will be reviewed by the county, being a county road, and actually also by the DOT due to the modifications to the signal at the 287 south or 287 off ramp. So if any concerns there are about modifications and safety to the site, they'll be reviewed by numerous agencies, including the township, county, and DOT. And finally, there's two freestanding signs proposed. There's one at the South Washington Ave access drive. That pylon sign is proposed to be 150 square feet, setback 20 feet from the right of way and 20 feet high. And a second pylon sign proposed near the right in, right out driveway closest to the signalized intersection at South Washington and Centennial. And that pylon sign is proposed 120 square feet, setback 20 feet from the property line, and is 20 feet high. And it's, the standard quick check convenience store and gas station sign that I assume we have all seen throughout town and in other townships in New Jersey, and it's their standard prototypical signs. So that's really sums up the proposed layout and improvements. As stated, there are a number of variances, including the use variance for the convenience store, and this use variance really subsumes any additional variances. But just to name a few, and I'll leave for the planner, but there's a lot depth requirement of 300 feet, where there's 243 feet on Centennial and 179 feet at minimum on South Washington Avenue. So there's a variance there. Minimum floor area of 20,000 square feet. Again, this is a light industrial zone, so anticipating warehouse space and flex space. 20,000 square feet is the minimum, where we're proposing 5,760 square feet. There's also a parking and loading setback of 25 feet from street lines. We're proposing 8 feet. Again, all these variances will be subsumed under the use variance, and I'll leave it to our planner to really go through and justify these variances, but mainly the use variance. Moving on to stormwater and utilities, being that we are increasing impervious coverage by more than a quarter acre and disturbing more than an acre, this is a major development that triggers stormwater regulations. We're proposing a conventional stormwater system of drainage catch basins, inlets, and underground pipe, which convey runoff from the proposed improvements and impervious coverage to two bioretention basins located at the west or southwest corner of the site. The bioretention basins serve multiple purposes. They provide water quality to any runoff from paved surfaces to a minimum of 80% TSS removal, and they provide quantity reductions so that the proposed stormwater runoff from the site is less than what is existing today. So we're actually making, again, the stormwater runoff peak rates improve from what the current conditions are. In addition to the water quality achieved by the bioretention basins, Quick Check has a typical water quality device that's added to the stormwater system for even an additional way of achieving water quality that serves stormwater runoff downstream of the fuel stations. Again, in case there's any fuel that makes its way into runoff, there's a water quality device in the system that will pick that up and clean the water prior to it being cleaned again within the bioretention basin. The design meets all township, municipal, outside agency requirements, including DEP. Again, we're filling the isolated wetland at the north corner of the property, so the DEP will be reviewing the plans for permitting, and they'll be reviewing the stormwater management as well. So there will be should be a level of comfort that the DEP will review and confirm that we are complying with all state standards. Proposed utilities include water, gas, electric, sewer, And these will be connected to the existing infrastructure and utilities that are located within South Washington Avenue and Centennial Avenue. And again, we'll apply for any utility service permits and make any applications that are required. And then again, the fiber optics are provided along the entire frontage, along the property lines as required by the township. As you can see in the plan, we are providing a substantial amount of landscaping. The middle area here that you see in green is the area that's being designated for future development. We do lightly dash in the future 4-story hotel with 100 units to show that it does work. But really, since we are not seeking approval for it tonight, we kind of shaded it back to show what would be constructed if this application is approved by the board. The applicant's proposing to meet the ordinance requirements for tree replacement, streetscape, and trees required based on the amount of parking space area. So in total, we're proposing 50 shade trees, 67 evergreens, 287 shrubs, and 286 ground cover. And again, we're in compliance with the ordinance as far as meeting all those tree replacement and parking space area requirements. We do agree to work with the planner. There was a comment about adding landscaping along South Washington Avenue, really due to the constraints of the sidewalk and the grade change, and the road widening. We don't really have space for trees within the right of way, as you can see, as it's mostly impervious. And we'll work with the planner to their satisfaction, again, to add any islands if necessary. But again, we're complying with the ordinance as far as the number of trees. We just are not complying with exactly where the ordinance designated that they should be located. So we do agree to work with the planner to their satisfaction.
Right, and Piscataway has a landscape architect, so make it the
Right.
planner and the landscape architect.
Yes, right. You're right about that. And then moving on to lighting, we're designing this site to be safe and adequate. It meets all township standards. There are 18 pole-mounted lights mounted at 18.5 feet high. These are LED light fixtures. There's 10 wall-mounted lights on the quick check and gas station canopy. There's an additional 11 building canopy and 24 gas station underneath canopy lights. Going to a gas station, they are lit to be bright enough to be safe for gas station attendants and any pedestrians and customers walking around. So we comply with all township and state statutes on that front. The average foot candles within the drive aisles is about 2.36 foot candles, 3.75 in the gas station parking areas, and 34 within the gas station canopy area. And again, these are all typical of a gas station facility. And that really wraps up my direct testimony on the application.
So, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Zalay is available for questions, and I'd ask if we could go over reports as a group. In other words, we'll get the case in, and then, because many of the reports, when they have an issue, it might require the testimony or response from several of our professionals. And it just seems to be a little bit more efficient if that's okay with you.
That's fine.
But we are available for questions now.
No, that's fine. So other questions will probably get answered down the line as well.
Surely.
Continue.
Okay, then if there are no questions for Mr.
Maybe I could interrupt 1 second, Mr.
Sure.
Smith.
Go ahead, John.
Excuse me. You continue to show the hotel. I know you've described it as a future project. If the board approves this, would you agree to eliminate that footprint and notation?
Absolutely.
We're
just showing. We just
10
want
years
to
down the road, the hotel, somebody might think,
You're not approving a hotel tonight. We're just
Right.
demonstrating to the board and to the administration that we can do a hotel. We will not have a site after the
Understood
convenience store
completely.
and gas station are built that will preclude a hotel. We want to show that it's able to be done if we can get a hotel tenant.
Thank you.
You bet. Mr. Chairman, if it's appropriate, I'll excuse Mr. Zalay, and I'll call our second witness to be sworn, and that's Mr. Stuart Kimmel, who is from the Quick Check Corporation.
Mr. Kimmel, you're present?
I am, yes.
Could you raise your right hand? Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give should be the truth?
I do.
Name and address. Could you spell your name, please?
Stewart, last name Kimmel, Kimmel.
Thank you.
Business address 3 Old Highway 28, White House Station, New Jersey.
Thank you.
Mr. Kimmel, if you would, please describe for the board your experience in the convenience store industry and specifically your experience in the Quick Check Corporation.
Can we have his title with Quick Check?
Sure.
Real estate manager.
Thank you.
So I'm the real estate manager for Quick Check Corporation. 5 years with Quick Check, 15 years with Convenience Gas Development in the real estate part of the development process.
Now, are you thoroughly familiar with the operation of a Quick Check?
I am, yes.
All right. So our questions are basically operational questions. First of all, a Quick Check operation is a 24/7 operation, correct?
That's correct.
All right.
Yes.
And the way in which you generally handle it is by shifts. You don't have somebody work 24 hours. So you have how many shifts in general?
It's typically 3 shifts, but there's some overlap based on business volume, but 3 shifts.
All right. And on a particular shift, what's the average number of employees?
5 to 8.
All right. And where are they? What are their functions?
Yeah.
Where are
So
they on the site?
typically, it's 2 to 3 outside at the pumps, and the balance 4 to 5 inside the store for the store operation between making sandwiches and cashier and whatnot.
All right. So if we said in total how many employees you have, what would be the appropriate number?
Total for the store count would be somewhere between 40 to 50 total.
Right. And in shifts?
5 to 8.
Right. Got it. Always boards want to know how you're going to handle deliveries. And in this case, it's the delivery of your gasoline, the delivery of the food products that are going into the Quick Check store, and the removal of trash. Would you describe that for the board?
Sure. So fuel deliveries are typically about 1 a day. They come on demand. As Chris demonstrated, there's a separate fueling zone, loading zone, which allows the truck to drop the fuel without interfering with any circulation of customers. As far as the store, we typically get 2 to 3 tractor trailers a week. Again, there's a designated loading zone in the back of the store to accommodate that, so that there's no interference with circulation. And then in addition, we get a few 2, 3 trucks a day, typically box trucks or straight trucks for the other deliveries, such as the Entenmann's or Frito-Lay, those things that don't come on our grocery trucks. So that's typically the deliveries of the fuel and the store. As far as trash, that's typically 2 to 3 pickups per week. 1 is usually for recycling, cardboard, and the other 2 are for trash or garbage.
Great. Yeah. Anything, well, question that was asked in some of the reports, would we, the applicant, be willing to live with the restriction that says that we do low flow diesel, but definitely not, or prohibited from high flow diesel?
Correct, and that's what we're proposing here. We don't do high flow, we do low flow diesel, which typically is for pickup trucks, mostly like landscapers, and they have diesel trucks. We do not do the high flow.
So do we have any exhibits showing what this is going to look like? Any architectural plans?
We have. I'm sure we've provided some architecturals, but typically our
8 dispensers, which is 16 fueling positions. 2 of the dispensers will have a low flow nozzle on it. So it won't even accommodate a tractor trailer pulling up. It's actually part of the dispenser itself, the low flow hose.
And if the members of the board want to see what this is going to look like, it would not be unreal to send them to the quick check we already have in Piscataway.
Yeah,
which is on New Market Road and
New Brunswick and
New Brunswick
Lakeview,
Avenue.
Yes.
And I'm sure most of the members of the board have passed by that existing quick check, but that's basically the architectural look of the quick check that we're proposing, correct?
Bob,
That's correct, yes.
Bob, I do have the submitted elevations if you'd like me to share them.
Yes, please share them.
So on the bottom, you can see the 8 MPDs, the 8 pumps, right? 2, 2, 2, and 2.
Yep.
And the typical elevations, again, it's just like our store at the 3 Lakeview Ave, Piscataway.
Right. Very nice. That being said, Mr. Chairman, that's what we were asking Mr. Kemmel to come out testify to, but he's open to the board for questions.
I thought we wanted to hold the questions till all the witnesses were done.
Sure.
Could I have one quick question? Those architecturals, do they show all the signage that you're listing in your application on the building?
I don't believe it's an actual sign exhibit. But I'm looking at the elevations now while we're talking. And I'm going to say generally, yes.
There was a lot of little logo signs and overdo it. Well, all right.
Yeah.
We can check that out.
All right. Mr. Chairman, if it's appropriate, we'll go on to our next witness.
Sure.
Okay. I'd ask that Mr. John Ray be called and sworn so that he can give us his traffic testimony.
Mr. Ray, are you present?
I am.
Could you raise your right hand? Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give should be the truth?
I do.
Your name and address, please.
John Ray, REA, licensed professional engineer and a traffic engineer with McDonough and Ray Associates. We have offices in Manasquan and Westfield, New Jersey. I work out of the Manasquan office at 1431 Lakewood Road.
I believe Mr. Ray has been accepted as a traffic engineer before this board on prior occasions.
Thank you.
I'd ask that he be accepted as such at tonight's meeting.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Ray, you've appeared in Piscataway on many, many occasions, and your reputation generally is you're a pretty tough traffic engineer in the sense that you're not going to endorse anything that's not safe or the best it can be. You did a traffic study and circulation study on this project, correct?
I did.
All right. Now, I would appreciate if you'd kind of lay the general principles that apply and what the traffic study showed to you.
Okay. Well, first I'd like to say that, and I appreciate Mr. Smith's confidence in me being an honest and credible traffic engineer. We did do a full traffic impact analysis. Last revision is dated November 24th, 2025. And as a result of our traffic study, we recommended to our client that the widening along the west side of South Washington Avenue be provided on our plan in order to provide for a dedicated right turn lane for southbound South Washington Avenue traffic turning right onto westbound Centennial Avenue. If my client would not accept that recommendation, I wouldn't be here tonight. So that's the bottom line with respect to what needs to be done at the intersection. Let me say a couple of things about convenience stores with gas pumps. I know we are all familiar with these uses. There are numerous similar uses within Piscataway Township. Quite some time ago, I did the traffic study for the Wawa that is located at New Durham Road and Stelton Road in the township. And as everyone is pretty much familiar with these uses, they all pretty much operate the same. One of the things that's unique to these uses is that they generate a substantial amount of their traffic from traffic that is already on the road passing the site, something that we call pass-by traffic. The Institute of Transportation Engineers and the New Jersey Department of Transportation agree that approximately 75% of the traffic that is generated by these uses during peak roadway hours are pass-by traffic. They're already on the road passing the site, and they're just diverted into the site driveways. The traffic is already there. So that tends to diminish or lessen the overall off-site traffic impact that these uses generate. They are typically found at the intersection of two busy roads, like South Washington Avenue and Centennial Avenue. There is a similar use right up South Washington Avenue at the intersection of Stelton Road. There's a Wawa that has access to a traffic signal, basically a very typical or similar operation to what we are proposing here. The single most important thing, in my opinion, as a traffic engineer, in developing a site like this is to make sure the access to and from the site is safe and efficient. And in this particular case, we are fortunate enough to have frontage opposite the I-287 off-ramp, which comes out to a signal at South Washington Avenue and gives us the opportunity to create a fourth leg to the intersection to get safe exiting movements, left turns and right turns onto South Washington Avenue with the safety and security of a traffic signal. As Mr. Zalay indicated, we are also proposing two driveways along Centennial Avenue, the one closest to the intersection being a right in, right out due to the barrier on Centennial Avenue, and the one further to the west, which I believe is 400 to 450 feet away from the intersection, will be a full access movement. We will create a left turn lane in the median of Centennial Avenue for safe left turns into the property. The site distance there is good, and as Mr. Zalay indicated, the gaps from the signal at South Washington will permit safe ingress into the site at that location. Getting on to the nuts and bolts of the traffic study. We did peak hour traffic counts at 3 locations: at the intersection of South Washington and Centennial, at the I-287 off-ramp to South Washington, and at the traffic signal just to the north of us at South Washington, and it's called Access Road. And basically, it's just south of the overpass over 287, and it serves as access to the warehouse building that is behind us and some other industrial uses that are back off the south side of I-287. So we counted 3 intersections. We did peak hour traffic counts during the morning and afternoon peak hours. We estimated how much traffic the convenience store with gas will generate based on the ITE data, based on the NJDOT data. And the one thing I do want to reiterate, Mr. Zalay had indicated it, that the intersection of the I-287 off-ramp at South Washington is under the jurisdiction of the NJDOT. We've had a pre-application meeting with NJDOT. They are aware that we are making the application to the Piscataway Zoning Board for this use. We haven't made a DOT application yet. Typically, I do not recommend that to my clients in a use variance application because we want to make sure we get the use variance first before we spend the money, time, and effort in order to make a DOT application. But DOT approval will be required, as will Middlesex County approval, with South Washington Avenue being a county road. So we did our traffic counts. We did our traffic generation estimates for the convenience store with gas based on the ITE data, which the DOT accepts, the county accepts, and we took a 75% pass-by credit based on the ITE and NJDOT data, and we projected traffic volumes to a design year of 2027 after looking at the NJDOT's background traffic growth rate data for the area. Essentially, South Washington Avenue is anticipated to grow at, I believe, 2.5% per year. Centennial Avenue and the off-ramp from I-287 at 2.75% per year. We included those growth rates in our projection of 2027 traffic volumes. One thing I'd like to get out of the way pretty much quickly is that there are no capacity issues. There will be no capacity issues in the future at the I-287 off-ramp where we're going to connect and bring a fourth leg in, and also at the access road signal just to the north of us. Those levels of service are going to be good, well within accepted parameters, and really no issues with those two signalized intersections. Of course, the signal at South Washington and Centennial processes more traffic. It's the intersection of two major roads. And as I indicated, this is typically where you will find a use like this, convenience store with gas pumps. So we did a detailed analysis of Centennial Avenue and South Washington Avenue. And we found that with the addition of the southbound right turn lane, which Mr. Zalay has shown on the plan, and which we are committed to construct should we get an approval, we can actually improve the overall intersection operation from what we call the no build condition, which will be without us, to the build condition with mitigation with the right turn lane. And I want to go over some figures for the board. It's in my report. During the morning peak hour, for the no build condition, this is without us and without any improvements, the overall intersection delay, the weighted average for all four approaches, is 77.8 seconds per vehicle during the morning peak hour, and that's without any improvement and without our property being developed as we are asking for. With the development and with the mitigation, the overall intersection delay gets reduced in the build condition with mitigation from 77.8 seconds to 47 seconds per vehicle, a substantial improvement in the overall delay at the intersection. And in particular, the southbound approach experiences an even more significant decrease in delay, because that's really the approach that we're helping clean up the intersection with by adding the right turn lane. For the afternoon peak hour, because the traffic volumes going through the intersection are higher during the afternoon peak hour, we take the intersection from a no build condition of 160.1 seconds of delay per vehicle. And then again, that's without us and without the improvement. With our development and with the improvement, we decrease the delay per vehicle from 160.1 seconds to 112.9 seconds per vehicle. Again, a substantial decrease in delay, even with our project at the intersection, primarily due to the fact that most of our traffic is pass-by traffic, and the southbound right turn lane really helps the overall efficiency of the intersection and helps decrease the overall delay at the intersection. It's a significant improvement and one that we're committed to construct. And as I indicated up front, when I looked at this property and I did the traffic impact study, it was something that I told my client that was necessary to be done in order to justify the use variance and in order to mitigate the impact from the development. So we're committed to do that. So basically, those improvements will have to be approved by the NJDOT, by Middlesex County, but they will substantially improve the intersection operation, decrease delay, and make the intersection operate, quite frankly, more efficiently than it will without us and without the right turn lane. As far as the site plan is concerned, I've worked with Mr. Zalay to lay out the property in a way that promotes self and efficient internal circulation. Both Mr. Zalay and his firm and my firm, we've had a significant amount of experience laying out and designing these facilities. I think he has done a good job of describing the access to and from the site and how circulation will work with the loading zones and the significant area for the fuel trucks to stop and discharge the fuel into the tanks without impacting internal traffic and circulation flow. And I think also, as Mr. Smith indicated up at the front of the application, although a hotel is not being proposed at this point in time, we wanted to show that the remaining property to the west of the convenience store, there was adequate room there to construct something along the lines of a hotel and make it work safely and efficiently with the existing convenience store with gas pumps. There's room, the footprint fits, we can provide parking for it. So it is something that could be considered in the future should the applicant be able to obtain a hotel chain that would want to construct a facility at this location. 3 points of access provide for adequate emergency vehicle access to the site. It really, in my estimation, from a traffic engineer's point of view, it's an appropriate location at the intersection of two major roads due to the fact that so much of the traffic is already on the road and it's passed by traffic. And again, as I've indicated, the key thing we have to do here is really make sure that the access to and from the property is safe and efficient. And I believe we've done that with the plan that's been offered. And we offer the mitigation of the southbound right turn lane in order to not only mitigate our impact, but in order to improve the overall operation of the intersection. And we will continue to work with the township professionals, the county professionals, and the NJDOT to make sure that everything is done properly in accordance with accepted engineering principles.
Great. Very impressive testimony. How to deal with a busy intersection, and the infrastructure that's being offered by the applicant makes a significant impact in terms of that right turn lane, and also utilizing the signal on South Washington Avenue to be an entrance to the industrial facility. That's got to do some major things to improve.
I did forget to mention that. Thank you, Mr. Smith. The one thing we are proposing as well is a connection from the I-287 off-ramp, inbound only, not outbound, into the property to the north of us so that trucks and vehicles coming off of I-287 southbound do not have to go through the intersection of South Washington and Centennial in order to get into that property. They will now be able to come right off the ramp, come through the signal and into that property. Currently, they have to make a left turn onto South Washington, go down to the intersection at Centennial, make a right turn, and proceed westerly on Centennial till they get to their driveway. They will now be able to bypass the intersection and come straight through South Washington at the signal into their property. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, and that is, in your opinion, is that a much safer arrangement than current?
Well, it's certainly a much more efficient arrangement. It takes that traffic out of the intersection. And I do believe, I know Mr. Zalay's office, Menlo, they've done a lot of traffic signal designs. They can make this work safely and efficiently. I'm very confident. And again, there will be several layers of review, the township, the county, the DOT. So we are not going to be able to do anything that doesn't meet accepted engineering standards.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Again, if there's any need to ask a question, everybody's more than welcome. If you want to wait until we get to the reports, that's fine too.
Could I just one question?
Sure.
John, the new intersection with the new leg, could you put that up on the screen?
Okay, Chris, can you share your screen?
And I think Chris said you prohibit a left turn, what is it, northbound on South Washington?
Correct. That movement will be prohibited.
And that reason for that?
There really isn't enough room to provide a left turn lane at that location. The queuing in the southbound South Washington Avenue left turn lane kind of prevents us from doing anything there. That queues up pretty good. And it's really safer for traffic that's heading north on South Washington to make the left at Centennial, and then they can make the right turn into either one of the two driveways that are on Centennial.
Okay.
Every other location.
Let's go back up to the new intersection.
Okay.
That little bump out you've got there, looks like you got a couple trees stuck out there.
Yes. That's just to develop the right turn lane on southbound South Washington so that traffic heading south. Right now, if you want to turn south onto turn west onto Centennial from southbound South Washington, you typically get caught in the queue.
Right.
Because in order to get to that channelized right turn at the intersection, you only have 2 through lanes on the
Right.
approach, and the
Yeah, I've been
right-turning
there.
traffic gets caught in the queue, and they no longer will get caught in the queue.
That little bump out, that design transitioning through the intersection wouldn't, or you want to give some safety to the sidewalk, or I'm not sure.
I would defer a little bit of that to Mr. Zalay. I think that's all, the particular design of transitioning the traffic into the right turn lane is open for review and discussion with township, county, and DOT professionals. However they want us to do that, we can do it. I guess we wanted to put some trees there too.
Yeah. The other thing, you didn't comment on parking, but they're over parked for the station. If we pulled out a few spaces to put trees along South Washington, we wouldn't hurt anything.
No, we are probably a little bit overparked. Most convenience stores like Quick Check and Wawa want to make sure their customers have open and available access to parking, but I concur with that, and I think we can work with you and your landscape people in order to create some more space for trees or whatever may be necessary to dress the site up. I concur.
Yeah, because it's pretty extensive on the rest of the site, except that's
Yeah.
it. I'm sorry to interrupt, Mr. Chairman.
Okay,
Mr. Chairman, Kevin Chen
Yes.
is raising his hand.
yes, go ahead,
Our
Kevin.
traffic guy.
Yes, thank you. Mr. Ray, I have a few questions with regard to your traffic report.
Okay.
Actually, I had a question. It came from my letter, but I was wondering if you happen to know. There was a comment in my letter about the traffic signals being coordinated,
Yes.
the ramp and the main signal where you're doing the right turn, the right turn creation. Do you happen to know if those 2 signals will be coordinated at this time?
Actually, Mr. Chen, there will be 4 signals that are in the DOT system that during the pre-application meeting with the DOT, they told us that if we were to make an application to DOT, we would have to prove to the DOT that the coordination between the signal at Centennial, the off-ramp, the access road to the development just south of 287, and the signal that's just north of 287, all 4 of those signals have to be coordinated, and we would have to do what we call a synchro analysis to get the DOT's approval.
Okay, and then
So there are 4 signals that are coordinated, not just 2.
4 signals that are coordinated. Yes,
Correct.
thank you. And then my other question I have is, do you happen to know how the unsignalized driveways to the west of the signal operate?
I haven't run those numbers yet, Mr. Chen. My understanding was that, and that was a comment that you made in your last review letter. I haven't had time to run those numbers. I'm very confident that the right in, right out will not be an issue because it's only a right turn exit movement. The second driveway, we would have to analyze the level of service there to see whether that left turn out would operate at an acceptable level of service. My understanding was that we weren't going to finish up tonight. I will provide you with that information before the next meeting.
Mr. Chairman, you might remember that we said we
Yes.
wanted to make sure the record was full. And that was a question that Mr. Chen asked. We'd like to give him that analysis.
Correct.
Okay,
Thank you, Mr. Ray. Mr. Chairman, I have no further questions at this exact moment in time.
thank you, Mr. Chen.
If
Any
there
other
are
questions?
questions for Mr. Ray, let me call our last witness, which is our planner, to justify the use variance and the bulks. So I'd ask that Mr. Justin Osceola be called and sworn so that he can give testimony.
Mr. Osceola, are you here?
I am.
Could you raise your right hand? Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give should be the truth?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
Your name and
Mr.
address for the
Osceola,
record, please.
Justin Osceola, 52 Reckless Place, Red Bank, New Jersey, 07701.
right.
And I
if
believe
you
Mr.
remember-
Osceola was accepted as an expert planner as recently as about an hour ago.
Yep.
And
Which-
your licenses haven't changed in the past hour.
Still valid, thank God.
Great. You can
I
proceed.
believe he can be accepted.
Thank you.
And we do ask that he be accepted as a licensed professional planner in New Jersey. So we're not going to repeat his qualifications in light of Mr. Keneally's comments. Mr. Chairman, is that acceptable that he can be?
Yes.
Okay. So let me just get out of your way. We need the justification for the use variance and the justification for the bulk variances. Please take it and run with it.
Great, thank you. So since we need a use variance, of course, these are processed under the Medici case, and the Medici standards have multiple prongs. The first is particular suitability. And the question with that is what makes this site particularly suited for this use? You did just hear from multiple witnesses who talked about why this site is suited. And they talked about it from their perspective as professionals in different fields. And I'm going to talk about it as a professional in planning. Number one, the site's location at South Washington Avenue, Centennial Avenue, and the I-287 exit 6 off-ramp, in my opinion, makes it uniquely appropriate for motorists serving commercial activity. And that's not just my opinion, that's also the opinion of Mr. Ray, who testified as a traffic expert and stated that the majority of the patrons that are coming to the site will be passed by. And as Mr. Ray stated, those are motorists who are already circulating in the roadway network. So this is not a use that's going to be a magnet per se. This is going to be a use that people who are already driving by are going to come in to, fill up their tank or get coffee or what have you. The second point that I would say what makes this particularly suited for this site is the site size, the site's depth, the multi-frontage configuration, and the proximity to a signalized intersection allows for safe and well-managed access and circulation. Mr. Ray really went deep into that. I'm not going to belabor his testimony, but I think the testimony from Mr. Zaleh and Mr. Ray, certainly have laid it out that the site, if the board so chooses to approve this application, will function appropriately. And that really goes to, again, the suitability for the site. And lastly, the immediate surroundings of the site are not a traditional industrial environment within a light industrial zone. In other words, this particular segment of the LI zone really functions more from a land use standpoint as a mixed commercial office service light industrial corridor with roadway design and land use patterns that, in my opinion, are far more aligned with the highway commercial use than typical LI uses. So for the third point, this is why I feel that this site is well suited for the proposed use in a way, importantly, that is not broadly found across the bulk of the LI zone. The next prong is special reasons and whether or not there are purposes of the municipal land use law that would be advanced in conjunction with this application. Certainly, I feel that there are at least 4 purposes that are advanced, and those are purposes A, G, I, and M. And I'll start with A. I believe this is a use that promotes the general welfare of the community. This is providing services for residents and people that are passing by. Certainly the convenience of quick gas and coffee, sandwiches, what have you, I see as a benefit. Criteria G, as evidenced by Mr. Zaleh and Mr. Ray, there is, in my opinion, sufficient space in appropriate locations for a use that, again, I believe is a service to the community. Purpose I, as currently situated, the site is underutilized, and by citing this use at this location, not only is a benefit, but with the landscaping and the improvements are proposed, I believe that provides for good civic design. And lastly, criteria M. Certainly, I believe that this is a very efficient use of land. Again, the current situation of the site being underutilized at a very vital, in my opinion, intersection. Certainly, this is more efficient than currently exists. Again, the landscaping, the lighting, the upgrades to the site that all enhances the character of the corridor. And I think importantly as well, the board is likely familiar with the existing quick check in town, and the design and signage are very similar. So you're not going to be getting a product that's going to kind of stick out in a bad way. In addition, this is a use that advances the commerce goals of the master plan. So that's the special reasons. The next part is the negative criteria. And the first prong of the negative criteria is whether or not there will be a substantial detriment to the public good. As Mr. Ray has stated, and I think this is a very important part of the testimony, the traffic engineering has certainly demonstrated acceptable operations on the site and just off the site, including improved movement and signal performance at a very key intersection in the town. Certainly I would say that goes to criteria H as well under the special reasons, but I think it's important in terms of the negative criteria that, convenience store with gas sometimes has a reputation as producing negative impacts. But in this instance, it's actually improving the impacts of the signal. So, certainly there are no substantial detriments there. Importantly as well, this site is fully separated from residential areas, and the intervening non-residential uses and a major arterial, actually two major arterials, ensure that the operational characteristics that are inherent of this use, lighting, traffic patterns, activity levels, will not create off-site disturbances. The on-site operations are compatible with the surrounding commercial corridor, especially to the retail and service uses to the east. And I think importantly as well, when we look at whether there will be any substantial detriments to the public good, as Mr. Soleil had testified, this is a use that meets all the setbacks and building height. So we're not creating a situation where we're trying to jam a lot onto the site or make it too, vertically unsound. The next aspect or the next prong is the enhanced quality of proof, whether or not there will be a substantial impairment to the zone plan and the zoning ordinance. It's my professional opinion that this proposal aligns with this corridor's goals of commercial investment, of improved access management, modern site design, and enhanced safety. These are, quite frankly, objectives that are embodied in the overall zone plan and the master plan policies. It's my opinion that this project strengthens the commercial function of the South Washington Avenue, Centennial Avenue corridor, again, by replacing the underutilized frontage with a well-designed commercial facility. And this relief, if the board so chooses to grant this relief, will not undermine the master plan or the zoning ordinance. So under the enhanced quality of proof required by Medici, the board can be comfortable that the granting of the variance will not substantially impair the intent and purpose of the zone plan or the zoning scheme. And lastly, to reconcile the zone's omission of this use from the zone, the LI zone does not list, of course, fuel stations or convenience retail uses as permitted uses. And obviously it doesn't, because if we were, we wouldn't be the Zoning Board of Adjustment, we'd be the Planning Board. However, and I think this is really critical here, the location of this specific LI zone parcel, my opinion, demonstrates that this portion of the zone is really already functioning as a transitional mixed commercial corridor rather than a pure industrial, light industrial district, which you would find more inward in the district. So the absence of the proposed use in the LI zone really appears to reflect the historic light industrial zoning assumptions, not the present day land use reality or the functional character of the site. And so the proposed use is not inconsistent with the aim of the LI zone, which is essentially to accommodate non-residential uses that rely on strong arterial access to buffer them from residential neighborhoods and support the township's employment and the economic base. So that's the proofs for the use variance. And just very briefly, the bulk variances, of course, are subsumed into the use variance request. But Mr. Zalay did go through them, and I will just mention them very briefly in terms of the overall testimony. And the reason why the use variance subsumes the bulk variance is because the use is not permitted. The zone cannot envision the dimensional character of the use. But as Mr. Zalay had noted, the variance for lot depth, again, this is not a use like a warehouse that would require more lot depth. Minimum floor area, same rationale. This is a convenience store. I've never seen a convenience store at 20,000 square feet. Certainly that's more akin to obviously warehouse or flex. That's the reason for that. And the parking, loading, and setback. Again, this type of use does not mesh with that requirement. That's of course more akin to tractor trailers and the like. So those are the bulk variances. But all in all, it is my professional opinion that the benefits of this application certainly outweigh the detriments. And if there are any detriments, they certainly do not rise to the level of being substantial.
Thank you. Any particular questions for the planner, or Mr. Chairman, we'll go to the reports?
I think we can go to the report.
Okay, so I have the staff report memorandum, revised December the 1st, 2015. And I believe we've dealt with about 90% in the direct testimony, but the ones that I think might need specific responses. So for example, item 11, it says all required EV charging stations must be operational at the time of the issuance of a certificate of occupancy. And I guess I'm going to address that to Mr. Zalay. That is acceptable to the client, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so that's a yes.
Can I jump in on this, please?
Sure.
Sure.
The activation of the EV is typically a third party after the construction in the store is done. So typically we would look for a EV ready location for the certificate of, even if it's a TCO, because we're at the mercy typically of the utility company to bring enough power to start those EVs functioning.
So, Mr. Kimmel, there is federal law, there is state law, there's county law, and then there's Piscataway. And in Piscataway, the government takes a very hard position about the operation, the EVs being operational.
Understood.
So,
Understood.
So my advice is say yes to the dress.
What I'm saying is we most times cannot have the EV functioning at the time the store opens because we are always at the mercy of the utility companies.
Yep.
And typically, until the infrastructure is built, they won't come in and power it up. We've done many locations in New Jersey, and typically what we get is EV ready. Even if we post a bond, we have a store built that we can't open because we're waiting for a utility company to give us enough power. That's just the reality of it.
I understand. Maybe the board would consider a condition which would say the applicant would make its best efforts to have it operational at the time of the issuance of the C of O. And if it can't, for reasons beyond its control, maybe we can bond for the improvement. Would that work, Mr. Kimmel?
I think we can table this. I'm just saying from our experience, we have not had EVs up and running at the time the store is done. And again, I'm repeating myself, but it's the function of the utility companies. It's not even something in our control.
I understand that.
Okay.
I was trying to get you a way to get around it.
I'm sorry?
I was trying to get you a way to get around it, which is you're making best efforts. If you can't do it, you bond for it. So if that's not acceptable, then
It's
No,
not.
I mean, we can bond for it. I just want to make sure that it doesn't hold up even a TCO for us to open and operate.
I understand.
Okay.
So I think what we're on the table with Mr. Keneally is the applicant will make best efforts to get it, but if it's beyond the applicant's control, he has the option to bond for the improvement.
I understand that, and that's probably an acceptable condition of approval.
Thank you.
Can I ask a question, Mr.
Thank you.
Mr. Kimmel, what's the normal delay time between the readiness?
Again, it's, we're I keep repeating, but we're at the mercy. It could be a year sometimes. We have 2 stores right now where we're waiting for the utility company to be able to provide us with the power. We've built it. We have the infrastructure in the ground. The space is dedicated. But utility companies do as they please.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Smith.
Thank you. Number 12, the fiber optic, which is now a pretty standard condition in Piscataway. For the record, we agree, and I believe we've already put it on the plans.
Correct.
Yes.
Number 14, the question was testimony should be provided as to the ownership and maintenance of the basin. And let me turn to Mr. Zalay. I believe NDK is responsible, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so it's NDK. Number 15, there was a request for a fence, and
It's
we
been
have provided that, right? So that's
Correct.
a yes as well. But it wasn't specifically mentioned. Number 18, testimony shall be provided as to the number of signs proposed. Consideration should be given to monument signs along both Centennial Avenue and South Washington Avenue, as opposed to pylon signs. Landscaping that is satisfactory to the township's landscape architect shall be provided at the base of the signs. Do we have a response for that?
We provided testimony that there's 2 monument signs proposed. They're typical quick check, prototypical signs, and we're happy to work with Mr. Mizrahi to satisfy the landscaping at the base of the signs.
What happens to the pylon signs?
Well, it's the same. The signs that we're proposing are the pylon signs. That's what we'd like to move forward with, since those are the typical quick check signs.
I don't remember if we showed that on the exhibit, but they're generally in very good taste.
Let's see.
But
Mr. Smith, I have a comment on that as well. And I'm recommending they be reduced in size. Similar to
what are you recommending, Mr. Chadwick?
80 square feet.
You're talking about the
We've
area.
got 115, 120, and I think the quick check, it is quick check, was reduced in size, and there was landscaping in the front.
You're talking about the pylon signs
Yes,
on
I am.
Market Avenue?
Yeah.
Could we, we're going to see you next month. Could we take?
Why don't we do this? I'm just saying they should be proportionate to the rest of them, and I couldn't find the record on that old application, so I'm not positive, but I know we reduced them.
Mr. Smith, you're right. You are coming back next month, so why don't you revisit that and we'll talk next month.
All right.
Because you're asking for a lot of variances for the building facade signs.
Okay. Number 22, again, we're talking about low flow diesel only, no high flow diesel. And we're agreeing to a condition to that effect. Number 24, Title 39 jurisdiction. I assume that's for the handicap parking enforcement.
Yes.
Anybody know? Yeah. So, Mr. Zalay, is that a problem for us?
No, we don't have an issue with that.
So we're a yes on that. And then, of course, 26, we have to get Middlesex County Planning Board approval. We understand that's required and that the county does have jurisdiction because it's on a county roadway. Now, if there's anything else in that memo that I thought everything else was covered in the testimony, but I'm not always right. Are there any other questions on that memo?
Yeah, Mr. Smith, I'd like to jump back to items 9 and 10,
Yes,
just with
sir.
regard to some of the ancillary driveways on the north and northwest corner of the site.
So
We
9 says access to the adjacent site is provided through this site. Testimony shall be provided as to why access is shown. It is the staff's opinion that no truck shall be allowed to exit from the adjacent property to the proposed entrance within the NJDOT traffic signal, nor should they be permitted to circulate throughout the site. That's probably a John Ray question.
Yeah, we agree, Jonathan, and the signal will be designed so that trucks can only enter from the ramp and go through the signal into their property, but not exit to South Washington. They have their own signal to get out to South Washington, so we agree.
Okay, but what's to stop them other than this conversation saying that they're not going to do that?
Do not enter signs, signage. I mean, there's only, and
if there's Title 39 enforcement.
And Title 39 enforcement, sure.
Tickets.
Okay.
All right, number 10. The proposed ingress-egress driveways to the adjacent parking lot is too close to the proposed entrance at the existing traffic light. Consideration shall be given to the fact the proposed entrances for truck use and vehicles using the fuel station and convenience store. John, I think that's you again.
Yeah, I think all we want trucks coming off the ramp to do is they're not going to be, there's no reason for a tractor trailer going to one of the loading docks, for the warehouse north of us to come into our site. It's not designed for it. And we don't want, we can post signs indicating, no trucks other than delivery trucks are permitted on the site. No tractor trailers other than delivery trucks. We don't want them on. Yeah, we don't want them on the site.
Yeah, this comment was with respect to the driveway running north south.
Got you.
Connecting the employee parking for the logistics.
Yeah, we kind of agree with you. We changed that to a one-way inbound only driveway as well because we don't want traffic coming into our signal, even if it's passenger vehicle traffic. We turned that into a one-way northbound so that we felt there was some value in permitting cars that were going to the logistics site north of us to come off the 287 off ramp and get directly into their property without making the left on South Washington, the right on Centennial, as I had described before. We felt there was some value in doing that, but it's open for discussion. We understand your concern.
Okay.
Any other items on that memo?
Not at this moment. Thank you.
Okay, then the next memo is Delaware Rare Engineering. And we've reviewed that, Mr. Zalay. Do we have any issues at all with DNR's requests?
No, we do not. I'll confirm the site is not within a flood hazard area. That was one of the questions in the DNR, and I did take a look at the FEMA, firm maps, and there's no encumbrance, no flood elevation that encroaches onto the property.
So we've agreed to everything. Are there any other concerns of the board concerning the DNR memo?
Anyone? I don't hear any. I'm good.
Okay, next one is CME's report dated December 5th, 2025. And I believe we have answered the traffic questions, but just in case, number 2 says the applicant's engineer indicated that they need to obtain a permit from NJDOT for improvements to the intersection. The applicant's engineer should provide testimony. I think Mr. Ray did that already.
We agree, yes.
Okay. Number 3, the applicant's engineer indicated they need to obtain a permit from NJDOT for improvements to the intersection. We provide testimony on that issue.
Agree.
4, common addressed. 5, common addressed. Number 6 said the applicant's engineer indicated that left turns from the northbound South Washington Avenue into the proposed site driveway will not be permitted at the signalized intersection of South Washington and the I-287 southbound exit 6 off-ramp, and indicated this will be consistent with the left turn restriction at the nearby signalized intersection of South Washington and the I-287 northbound exit 6 on-ramp. The applicant's engineer should provide testimony on this issue, including but not limited to how the vehicles from South Washington Avenue northbound are intended to access the site. I think they did that, but I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
we did. They would have to make a left at Centennial and then a right into one of the 2 driveways on Centennial. And should we be fortunate to get the use variance and go to a site plan application, we probably want to provide some signage to indicate that's how to get in from the northbound South Washington Avenue approach.
Number 7, the comment was addressed. Number 8, the comment was addressed. Number 9, the applicant's engineer indicated that the proposed mitigation during the PM peak hours reduces the southbound approach delay from 242.4 seconds to 89.3. While this is an improvement in the overall intersection delay and an improvement to the southbound approach delay, the proposed mitigation does not reduce the overall intersection delay to achieve a higher level of service, level D or better. Ultimately, the decision regarding the improvements at this intersection are up to the county, and the applicant's engineer should provide testimony. I think you did, but I'd like you to reemphasize what the improvements, that southbound lane and the off-ramp signalization going directly into site, what that does for that intersection.
Well, it does improve the efficiency and decrease the delay at the intersection. Mr. Chen is correct. It doesn't get us to a level of service D or better. But I would point out that the NJDOT in its access code requires an applicant to make the build with mitigation condition better than the no build condition, which we do. So although we can't get it down to a level of service D, we are improving it. We're meeting the DOT's standards with respect to DOT intersections under the DOT's access code. So we feel that the mitigation is appropriate and adequate.
Item 10, the CME points out that approval for the proposed mitigation will be required from the county, and we certainly agree with that.
Agreed.
Item 11, the comment's been addressed. The next comment was the applicant's engineer should also indicate if any of the traffic signals will be coordinated under the build conditions. And I believe, Mr. Ray, you said all 4 signals have to be coordinated.
And they will continue to be coordinated.
Okay, and item 12, the applicant indicated that no hotel is proposed under this application. Testimony should be provided. I think we provided it, unless anybody feels they want to hear it again. Item 13, the applicant's engineer depicts 2 internal access aisle connections proposed to connect to the adjacent property on block 5101, lot 7.02, 1596 South Washington Avenue. The applicant's engineer should indicate what this existing business is and add trips that would utilize these internal access aisles to connect to and from the proposed site driveway opposite I-287's exit 6 off-ramp. The applicant's engineer should then revise the build capacity analysis, delays, level of service, proposed mitigations, and conclusions as necessary. John, I think that's for you.
Yeah, well, we concur with Mr. Chen that the interconnection for entering traffic only coming off the ramp into the property to the north of us, while it is not necessary because they have their own signal on South Washington, it does remove some traffic from the South Washington Centennial intersection. So it does provide a benefit, and we think it can operate safely and efficiently. But again, that's something that's subject to further discussion with the township county, the DOT. We think it provides a benefit, but if everybody decides it's not necessary and they don't want to have it, it can be removed.
And I think the next item says this comment was not addressed. So, and I think it's the following comment. The site plan shows one-way traffic away from the proposed site driveway on these two internal site driveway connections. It should be noted that the existing adjacent business has existing access to Centennial Avenue and existing access to Access Road, which leads to South Washington Avenue, and there does not appear to be a need for this internal cross-site access aisle. Further, the location of the eastern two proposed internal access aisle connection is less than 100 feet away from the existing traffic signal intersection of Centennial and I-287 southbound exit 6 off-ramp. The applicant's engineer should provide testimony on this.
Yeah, that's what I just described, Mr. Smith. We agree that it's not absolutely necessary to have the interconnection, but it does provide a benefit by removing some traffic out of South Washington and Centennial. It's open for discussion.
And then number 14, the applicant's engineer should provide the unsignalized intersection capacity analysis for the site driveways proposed on Centennial Avenue and indicate the anticipated delays and levels of service. Mr. Chairman, you may remember that's the additional information we want to provide to the board from Mr. Ray.
Correct.
That's we'll be happy to provide that info. Okay. Going to 15. The applicant's engineer revised the plans to indicate the two proposed internal access aisle connections are one-way, leading away from the proposed site driveway into the adjacent site. And the driveway will provide access for employees entering the adjacent site from the I-287 off-ramp. The applicant's engineer should provide testimony. I thought you did, but
Yeah, we just went over that. It's only going to be an entrance only. No exiting traffic from the property to our north will use the signal.
okay, number 16, it should be noted that the existing adjacent business has existing access to Centennial Avenue and existing access to the access road which leads to South Washington Avenue, and there does not appear to be a need for the internal cross-site access aisle. Further, the location of the eastern two-way proposed internal access aisle connection is less than 100 feet away from the existing traffic signal intersection of Centennial and I-287 southbound exit 6 off-ramp. The applicant's engineer should provide testimony. I thought you did?
It's essentially the same issue. Yes.
Okay. Number 17, common addressed. Number 18, common addressed. Number 19, common addressed. Number 20, common addressed. Number 21, common addressed. And 22, it says comment partially addressed. It says the applicant's engineer should update the accessible parking sign detail to indicate that RNJ 7-8A, the accessible parking penalty sign designation.
Yep, we agree to comply.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we
It's a sign revision to the detail.
Okay, 23 common address, 24 common address, 25 common address, 26 common address, 27 common address, 28 common address, 29 common address, 30 common address, 31 common address, 32 common address. Number 33, the applicant's engineer should provide intersection site distance triangles whose lengths conform to the AASHTO guidelines as published in the current edition of A Policy on Geometric Design. And I think that's a we agree?
Yes.
Okay, so we agree to comply with that. And then it says, do we need to do well, it says we've reviewed the site distance triangles provided and the site.
Yep, we will comply.
Will comply. We agree. A says addressed, common addressed. 34 says common addressed. Number 35, it should be noted that South Washington Avenue is under the jurisdiction of Middlesex County. And we understand that. We know we have to get the county approval. And I think that's that memo. Right? Any other issues with that memo?
No.
Okay. Next one is John Chadwick's, and
Mr. Smith, I think we can speed it up. Probably the best thing is to, on the sign issue is, who do you want to call up? The engineer and the planner? And get Jonathan involved.
on
Oh,
the landscaping issues, absolutely.
Yeah,
We want to work with the town.
and the
There are
sign.
some constrictions because of the widening of South Washington.
Yep.
Avenue,
But John Ray said we could take out a couple parking spaces. And, we're not talking about a forest here. We're talking about just some street trees type of thing.
We'll work with the town.
Okay. The other items were addressed with testimony.
Thank you. I think that's Joe Herrera's report. Please see the attached comments. So we have no issue with the sanitary storm sewer comments. Other items, the A is the Circle Island proposed on Centennial Avenue shall be removed and be paved.
We agree.
We agree. Letter B, B13 inlet is connected to the adjacent property. Is there a private agreement between the two owners who will maintain the inlet? And it's my understanding, Mr. Zalay, it's NDK, correct?
NDK will maintain it, correct?
Item C, adjacent to the B13 inlet, it appears there is a proposed curving pavement outside of the applicant's property. Is there an agreement between the two owners as to who will maintain? My understanding, again, it's NDK, correct?
Yes. Well, each owner will maintain the
Stuff that's
pavement or
on their
drive
property.
aisle on their property, correct?
Right. Letter D, I didn't understand it. It said, are the 3 exit only right lanes? I think that's a John Ray question, but I'm not sure exactly.
I think what he's implying is, are they right in, right out only, all 3? But we provided testimony that that's not the case. There's additional access.
Okay. All right, so item D needs is slightly different. And just for the record, what is it we're saying about access?
Well, each access is not right in, right out only. The access on South Washington Avenue is full access except for left turn in from the northbound South Washington Avenue direction. The second on Centennial Avenue, closest to the intersection of South Washington and Centennial, is right in, right out. So that one is correct with the comment. And then the Centennial Avenue access point further from the intersection is full access.
Right, and how about on South Washington Avenue?
South Washington Avenue, that's the access that is full access except no left turn in from South Washington Avenue.
Okay.
And that's at the signal.
And then item E, it appears there will be a need for a traffic light at the exit on South Washington Avenue. And it's there, correct?
There's one there already.
Right.
Okay.
We didn't note it on the plan, so I understand the confusion.
Is there any issues on Mr. Herrera's memo?
No, we can comply.
And the board is right.
Sorry.
With the clarification of item D. Any other issues from the board on that memo? All right, and lastly, we have Don Corcoran's analysis of the variances that are needed. And I don't think there's anybody in this panel tonight that's ever going to challenge Dawn Corcoran on her analysis of variances. We agree with her analysis. And then you finally have the fire marshal's report, namely that the plan is approved. Is there anything else we can answer with regard to reports? And Mr. Chairman, if it's all right, Mr. Ray is going to add that additional information for Mr. Chen's review. And then we hope to see in January. But, you may have public tonight that wants to, I mean, we basically have 99.9% of our case in. So, you may want to get public. If they've sat in the audience watching all this, they might want to get their licks in.
Yeah, the football game wasn't too good tonight, so they might be out there.
Yeah, before I open this to the public, I have a question.
Sure.
John Chadwick kind of was seeing the same thing I was seeing. That little bump out, it seemed to make more sense. That's on South Washington.
Right.
Not to have people exiting into a lane of traffic when you're creating a third lane. I'm just, when you said that this is going to go past the county and state traffic review, I hesitated to say anything, but I just wanted to make sure that that issue is going to be addressed. And if that lane, that's the same lane, if we had extended it so the traffic turning in from the heading, I guess that would be heading north at that point, or south? On south.
South.
Okay, you're heading south. That they could also have that little lane to move out of the flow of traffic to turn in. I'm not looking for answers. I just wanted to.
Okay, we'll take a look at it.
Thank
We'll
you.
review it, right?
Thank you. Anyone else on the board have a question? Any questions at this point they want to raise? Hearing none, I'll open this to the public. At this point, does anyone in the public have any questions or concerns they'd like to raise?
With the understanding that there will be additional testimony at next month's meeting.
Yes, there's no vote tonight.
No one, Chairman.
Thank you. Like to close the public section?
Mr. Chairman and Mr. Keneally, I assume there's no need to renotice and republish, but let me clarify that for the record.
Laura, what date are we carrying this to?
January 29th.
So anybody
And we will
here
need an
on-
extension of time.
Okay, anybody here on the NDK application, it's carried to January 29th, 2026, with no further notice by the applicant, assuming that the applicant signs the extension of time.
We're happy to do so. And for the record, we're verbally granting it, but we'll be providing the paperwork and the $25 check to make it official.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Smith.
Thank you, members. Have great holidays.
You
Thanks,
too.
everybody.
You
Yep,
too.
everybody. Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Chairman, we have to do number 19, the adoption of the
Yes,
2026
yes, I'm
calendar.
flipping the page. ma'am.
Thank you.
Number 19, discussion, adoption of the 2026 Zoning Board of Adjustment calendar. Can I get a motion? I'll make the motion. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? It passed, the calendar passes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Item number 20, adoption of resolutions from the regular meeting of November 13th.
First resolution is Javante Patel, which you voted to approve. Mr. Tillery,
Yes.
Mr. Patel,
Yes.
Mr. Oreggio, Mr. Blunt,
Yes.
Mr. Heyduka,
Yes.
Mr. Mitterondo,
Yes.
Chairman Weissman.
Yes.
Second, Annette Ryan Mazarek, which you voted to approve. Mr. Tillery,
Yes.
Mr. Patel,
Yes.
Mr. Oreggio,
Yes.
Mr. Blunt, Mr. Heyduka,
Yes.
Mr. Mitterondo,
Yes.
Chairman Weissman.
Yes.
Next is Deepesh Patel, which you voted to approve. Mr. Tillery,
Yes.
Mr. Patel,
Yes.
Mr. Oreggio,
Yes.
Mr. Blunt, Mr. Heyduka,
Yes.
Mr. Mitterondo,
Yes.
Chairman Weissman.
Yes.
Next is Barbara Bass, which you voted to approve. Mr. Tillery,
Yes.
Mr. Patel,
Yes.
Mr. Oreggio,
Yes.
Mr. Blunt, Mr. Heyduka,
Yes.
Mr. Mitterondo,
Yes.
Chairman Weissman.
Yes.
We have one additional resolution. It's Hackensack Meridian. It's a resolution of withdrawal. We will need someone to motion and second it, and then we'll have a roll call vote.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Laura?
Mr. Weissman,
Yes.
Mr. Tillery,
Yes.
Mr. Patel,
Yes.
Mr. Reggio,
Yes.
Mr. Hidaka,
Yes.
Mr. Mitterondo,
Yes.
and Mr. Ellie.
Yes.
Those are all the resolutions I have for this evening.
Thank you. Item number 21, adoption of minutes from the regular meeting of November 13th. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It passes. Thank you. Motion to adjourn.
Yes.
All those in favor? Next
Aye,
scheduled meeting.
yes,
Thank
yes.
you. Next scheduled meeting is January 15th, 7 p.m. Everyone have a very good holiday, safe, happy and healthy new year.
A wonderful holiday season
Same
to
to
all
you
of you.
all.
To everyone else.
Good night.
Thank you.
Night.
Good night.